Good evening, race fans, and welcome to BSTV. You've joined us for week 9 of the TCR Challenge Cup season 15. That's right, 15 seasons. Can't even believe it myself, and I've been here for all of them. In the booth with me, I'm Pete Bingham. In the booth with me this evening is Alan of Toon. Good evening.
Good evening, Pete, my dear. Good evening, everyone. Looking forward to this one. Goodness me. Okayama.
Yes,
Okayama, but, you know.
But it's the dinky one. It's the little
exactly.
one. Yeah.
I mean, it's not very big anyway, but they managed to make it smaller for us, especially.
Yeah, it's like when you used to wash your clothes in Daz once upon a time. They came out ever so slightly smaller than they should have done, but brilliant white. Anyway, 33-degree track, so about average, to be honest. Still got a bit of a glitch on iRacing where you can only select the month of May in 2023. So eventually they'll fix that. Bit quiet there, Pete. Bit quiet. What? Am I?
Sounds fine to me, but
yeah. I'll just turn myself up a bit, just for Ant's benefits. That's Ant Woodward on the chat. Hopefully that busts his eardrums, just for the sake of it. Oh right, yeah. He's turned me up apparently. So yes, okay. As long as he doesn't turn me on like he normally does, then that's fine. So yes, Okayama, the one of the smallest tracks ever created by human hand. When you choose the short circuit, which the iRacing gods have done for the officials, this is not a driver-selected track. This is an official track, in line with the official race season, as all of our tracks are, apart from one. We've already had that one. So we have 23 drivers tonight. Let me choose a different visual for you. Where are all the visuals? Where've they gone? There it is. Right, so we've got 23 drivers for you this evening. We've got, well, I thought we were going to have 2. We've definitely got 1 new driver. We've got Mr. Pete Newman. He's in the council colours right now, but he's driving for Pure Sims. And he's known to you, isn't he, Alan?
Yes, indeed he is. My friend Pete is a wonderful driver and a dear friend of mine, and there's not a chance at all that I'm going to show any kind of impartiality as regards to my friend Pete. Yeah, he spent hours towing me around tracks trying to make me a better driver.
Right. Okay. Nice guy then. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, a wonderful human being, and yeah, I'm proud to have his friendship.
Good.
He's
Good. That's what this is all about, right?
Yeah, well, you know, he's a gentleman, and he cares. He cares a great deal. I mean, he even cares about me, who's the slowest thing on slow day in Slowland.
Yeah.
You know, says nice things about his character, I think.
I think so as well. Yeah, absolutely. So what else is new? A little bit of sad news in our immediate community this week, so all eyes will be bowed for Jamie Wilson's mother, who sadly passed away in hospital this week. So all our thoughts, hopes, best wishes go out to Jamie and his family. Never an easy thing to cope with, obviously, with anybody, but a mother is something completely different, isn't it, Alan?
Yes, and of course, you know, very untimely and a shocking, unexpected thing like this. It's going to set anybody back on their heels. And what can you say in a situation like this? You know, the whole community feels Jamie's pain. We all know what it's like to go through a bereavement. This is shocking, hard news for him. And yeah, our deepest commiserations.
Yeah, and needless to say, he's not with us, obviously. Much more important things for him to focus on right now, and like we say, we'll try and put on a good show for Jamie, his family, and indeed his mum. You know, she's a part of our lives just like Jamie is, because it's all intertwined, isn't it, Alan? These things.
Good family.
Yeah,
it's family,
absolutely right.
You know, yeah. I've got my flesh and blood family, but honestly, I see more of my sim family.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
You're not wrong.
a simple fact of life. You know, it's just the way society works. We're divided by massive distances,
Yeah.
and you know, we don't grow up in the same village and stay together like we used to.
No.
My family's spread all over the nation, and I spend hours every week with you guys.
Yep. And one thing that, well, the extended community is on the chat actually. Right, okay, let's come back to that in a second. David E, good evening to you. Is Kevin here? Is Kevin here? Where's Kevin? He's usually here, but I don't see him in the listing. Have I gone blind? Oh no, there he is. He's right up the top. That's why.
Number 4.
I'm looking at the wrong end of the field. Jeez. Ant Woodward, good evening. He's not got his feet on the show tonight, so obviously I'm very saddened by that. And then David Ayres, good evening to you as well. Oh, hang on. Have I got the right mic? I haven't got the right mic on. That's why he can't hear me. Ooh, hang on. Wait a minute. Just a moment. It'll all make sense very shortly. That one. Right, so hopefully that is a much better sound for all involved. Right, okay. Look out, eardrums. Yes, absolutely. This is going to get deafening. It's not going to get any more entertaining. And then David Ayres, yes, good evening. He says good evening, ladies. So he's obviously gone non-binary on us, Alan, so that's fine. Right. Let's see. So we've got Pete Van Goolen. We nearly ended up with Christopher. Hang on. Giros. My apologies if I'm saying your name wrong, Christopher. I was hoping he could join us. He may still join us, to be fair. He's got another 5 minutes, to be fair. But now we're up to 25 races, Alan. So they are going to be sharing pit boxes, aren't they? Because this is
really well, yes.
Smallest pit lane.
Well, it's a rapid course in the MX5. There's a lot of. I've had good results here, so I'm a bit biased about the place, but
yeah,
it'll be an interesting challenge for these drivers because these cars are a bit of a handful and there's not a lot of room for them.
No, definitely not. And someone else in the chat now?
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Don't know who it could be. Do you? Sounds the same. Thanks, Ant. Right, okay, so let's talk about the standings because we've only got 5 minutes. I'm going to whiz through this week because we've not got much time. So Sam Blease leads the Pro Championship, which I've had to put Pete Newman in because his I rating is massive. What is his I rating? Where is he? There he is. 5,800. Good grief. Right, okay. So he's got in the Pro category. So 863 points for Sam Blease, 786 for Miguel, who's chasing him down quite rapidly now. And Spencer McCarthy, hot on Miguel's heels, just 83 points behind. Stephen Walker is in 4th. He's had a very good weeks recently, no matter how lucky or unlucky he claims he is. On 701, just 2 points behind Spencer McCarthy. That's tighter than a duck's bum, tighter than a submarine door, tighter than... I can't say the other one, can I? Because it's a family show.
Yes.
But anyway, and then Jamie Jeffrey rounds out the top 5. We're only going to go to the top 5 because I'm running out of time. 667 and not out of the running at all just yet. 200 points behind the leader, but we've seen what Jamie Jeffrey can do. Right, AM class. Tony Walker is stomping on it at the moment, Alan.
Yes, fantastic season. Tony must be delighted. This is the season of my life for him at the moment.
Really is.
He's really driving fantastically well, and he's deserving his points.
He is, and we're going to have to move him into Pro for season 16 for sure, because he's showing that he's in the mix of the Pros on a regular basis. Tom Woodcock is in 2nd on 411, and JB Dejoux not far behind him at all. He's right on the edge of 2nd place is JB. Roger Morton is 4th on 357, not out of touch whatsoever. And Pete Van Gool, 5 points behind Roger. 5 points.
Yes, this is fantastic, isn't it? I mean, these must be podium potentials here, these chaps, and that's very exciting with so many people there queuing up. And
well, we've had
it's been great. So I think this thing has been such a great thing, Pete. I really do think it's worked out splendidly. It's added so much excitement down this end of things.
It really has. And I think we're going to have to go with like individual letters like JB, RM, and PVG because they all seem to be reduced down to that. But we can't do that because the top two are TW. But yeah, Pete Van Gool right on the heels of Roger Morton and showing it is good for the Result Clothing and Safeguard teams. Excuse me, I got hiccups nearly. Hydra Race Geodesic Racing are only 70 points ahead of Spectre 6 now in the team championship. That was a much bigger gap a couple of race weeks ago. So Spectre 6 have sorted their proverbials out and they are absolutely hunting down Hydra Race Geodesic Racing with Sim Racing Grid in third and 325 points behind second place. They're not comfy yet because BSTV Pink, although Wobbly's not here tonight, not here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, very. He's at the theatre apparently.
Oh.
So if anybody wants to burgle his house, feel free. He's not there. 944 points in fourth place for BSTV Pink, and Safeguard by results are in fifth with 838 points. Right, let's move on to driver of the meeting because we are running out of time. We've got 1 minute before practice finishes and qualifying starts. Tony Walker, Stephen Walker. Funny that, isn't it? The Walker brothers are at the top. JB, Pete Van Gool, and Roger Morton all share the top spot, and then everybody else is second. That's that one. We'll talk about that when somebody actually sticks their head out of the parapet and actually starts leading that one properly. And then let me sort this out on my right-hand screen. There we go. And then in the Safe Driver Award, would you believe it? Would you even believe it?
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Is at the top of the Safe Driver Award, and I think he's got qualifying amounts of laps underneath him. Jamie Wilson is in second, and Matt Elmore in third. There's not much in any of those, and then JB and Sam Blease. Can you imagine Sam Blease being there? He is the championship leader, and yet he's still one of the safest drivers, Alan.
Well, Jamie does that as well, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
It is remarkable, but well, you know, they're remarkable drivers.
Absolutely. Right, let's go to the live pictures. This is,
look at that.
I know, all streaming out of pit road. Ready.
I'm never going to tire of that sight.
No, me neither. I actually kind of agree with Ant tonight that it's kind of quiet. So I'm going to turn everything up a bit. Definitely the sound of the racing is quiet. So. I think I've taken in another Windows update, and they always affect the sound. Right, okay, so David Ayres, right, I know he does Clios and he doesn't want to overcommit and things like that. He's sitting there eating birthday cake made by Scary Mary after steak and chips. So is that his birthday? It is.
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. Has he contacted the fire service in advance? Just in case, because that cake's going to have that many candles on it. You know, it's going to create heat for weeks.
I think they light it outside with a flamethrower.
Oh, okay, right, that'll make sense then, yeah. And from a massive distance, yeah?
Well, of course, naturally, you know.
Yeah. Must be like bonfire night in that village. Right, okay, so yeah, everybody on a lap. I don't know, they're probably going to do like 600 laps just in qualifying, Alan. With this being the shortest track probably on the schedule.
I'm really interested to see what they make of it, Pete.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's a busy place. There's not a lot of time off.
No, there's not.
And I was thinking about the physical endurance aspect of keeping your concentration and keeping it tight for 40 minutes in the feature race. It's going to be quite difficult. There's not a lot of time off. You either got people chasing you that you're chasing down, or people trying to chase you down, and it's close quarters.
Yeah. I'm going to hide the battle box for a minute, and we're going to go. We're going to do a lap with Sam Blease. We've not done a lap with Sam Blease all season, so we're going to jump on board with him. Where's the roll bar one? There it is. Okay, so we're on the back stretch at the moment, so we're just going to talk nonsense at you for a while. This weekend I'll be starting the groundwork on season 16. Oh, sorry. One thing we've not shown them, Alan, is obviously this. I mean, it's mighty. It's mighty. It's 100%. Well, it's cheap. Plastic, but ultimately, it's what it
Yeah.
stands for, isn't it? Ultimately,
Hey,
it's the trophy.
It's the thought that counts, and let's face it, the respect and the adulation that goes with it.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's hankering to get that, but we're gonna rejoin Sam. He's on a running lap now. So turn 1, which is lovingly noted at Okayama as being called first corner, is the first corner. Anyway, then we head down to this second gear. I think this will be very sharp, actually, right-hander that leads into an immediate left-hander, which is usually Piper, I'm going to go with. And then you fire it down this, what is now the backstretch, which is not normally the backstretch, into Redmond. I do remember this corner's name. A first gear, good grief, first gear around there. This might end up being first gear, which is the right-hander at the top of the hill, which is something like Michael Knight corner. I remember it for being like Knight Rider. Or is this it? Oh no, this is Knight Rider corner, that one. And then last corner. And there's a clue in that, because it is the last corner. And then you're over the line, and that's it. That's all she wrote. So we're going to do 6,000 laps of this track tonight, Alan. And it's going to be a blast.
Well, you know, I hope they're awake, because it chops off sharp right just where you expect him to go left. And I went the wrong way this week in a race, because I was caught out by the fact that they shortened the course, and I forgot halfway round the lap.
Right, yeah.
So I hope they're awake to that, because yes, it is easily done. You know, you're so engraved into driving a track the same way, and then when they shot you off in your prime, just about as you're loading up, and then there you go. But it's a sharp right-hander, as you say, and then it brings you back onto that tight section with that what is normally quite a vicious left-hander. So.
Yeah. And I didn't really get to go into which gears and how much curb and things like that. We'll do that during the race. Jamie Jeffrey's taking the top spot. He obviously likes this place. Let's go and find Jamie Jeffrey. Where is he? I'm clicking on him. Oh no. Oh, that's because Sam Blease just took the top spot by like nothing at all. 9,000ths of a second. Sorry. But it was the lap was over so fast. There's not much to talk about, but to be good round here is difficult, isn't it, Alan? Because it's more technical than you think. When you're going through Redmond corner, which is that left-hander after what we're going to call the back straight, that left-hander is very, very technical. You've got to shed the speed in such a way that you can get good turn in without losing too much speed. Get to the left so you can take the next corner, which is not called Michael Knight. It's called something like Hobbs or Hobble or something like that. In a way that gets you into Knight Rider corner, I'm going to call it. I think it's Michael Knight or Mike Knight or something like that. And take a lot of curb, carry a lot of speed into the last corner, and it's all right-handers, one after the other after the other. And that is, it sounds simple, but it's not.
No, and these cars have a lot of grunt. The force feedback on them is powerful. They're front heavy and lurch and dive into corners. These quick changes of directions are hard work,
yes,
and
very.
they're easy to unbalance the car.
Yeah,
it is, and it's very easy when you're doing these tight, fast, repetitive laps. It's very easy to lose your rhythm and make a mistake.
Yeah,
and lose your place, and I don't know how it's going to be for getting overtaken around here. I don't know what you think, Pete.
I think it's going to be pretty difficult, if I'm being honest. Because
I think it's going to be blooming tight, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of people muscling their way through. We've had a few kind of, in inverted commas, rough races this season, where people have had to force their way through on other people, and it's made for kind of crashy races. Sorry, just on the timing tower, Tony Walker proving again that he is in the wrong class. I think he needs to be in pro now, don't you?
I think it's just that Tony's just improved so much in the within a matter of weeks.
Yes,
we've seen this happen, and he's now consistently racing in the blue. So you're right, but I think it'll be the case. It normally is the case in these situations where the AM champ will step up. Step up to the pro ranks and see how they get on in the following year. And it's clear to me that Tony can compete comfortably in the pro ranks.
Yeah. And just responding to Davey D on the chat, so he said, still waiting on that GT season. Yeah, like I explained last time, at the minute, there's kind of just me in the BSTV camp, and we did do GTCC, which was a GT series. It attracted some of the wrong people, so we dropped it. But I think now we're a much more established entity in BSTV. It wouldn't be such a risky thing to achieve. However, I would need somebody to be broadcasting with me. Much as Sir Alan does a wonderful job of keeping me A, sane, B, sounding professional, C, entertaining, 3 or 4, whatever I'm up to now. See, I can't even count or spell. I would need somebody volunteering for that, and I don't have anybody right now. We've got V8s as a long-standing series which will launch sometime at the end of March again, and we've got a very, very robust argument for a Clio League. The last one was well attended, and it should launch again at some point soon. But again, we will need someone to volunteer to be in the booth, because I can't do it all on my own. Much as I'd like to, it's not possible. Right, let's have a look at the standings in this one. Stephen Walker leads the way. He was rip-roaring fast last week, wasn't he, Alan? He just had a bit of a tough time, and didn't feature right at the top end of the field. That was Wobbly and Miguel, who, are no strangers to winning, are they?
No, and well, Stephen has found his pace.
He knows we're talking.
He's found his pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Like he said, he was a bit rusty coming back, but in the last few weeks, he's just found his pace, and he's just such a naturally gifted driver. Isn't he just? He just seems to be able to morph with the vehicle, if you know what I mean. It does exactly what he wants it to, and it doesn't take him long to get into that little stride. As Sam Blees even whips away that top spot from him, again by nothing, literally nothing. In fact, the top 3 are, as you can see on your screen, are separated by less than 1/10 of a second, Alan. When was the last time you saw that? I know it's a small track, and there's going to be, it reduces down. You were thinking about it before.
It's obscene.
Our lap times are so tight anyway. Even at Suzuka, they're tight. So I was thinking before, how on earth we're going to fit them in, because
I don't know.
This is a minute track, and they're in each other's pockets on a huge track. So this is going to be ridiculous for gaps.
It is. And look at Pete Newman, no stranger to doing well. He's already up to 11th. He's in that pro category, and he's proven that was the right choice of mine. I know he's not used to doing this car, is he?
No, he's not used to the same kind of thing with PVG. He's a regular in the MX-5s with us, and of course, he's a 3 times champion in the front wheel drive Clio's league. So he knows about front wheel drives, but this is a slightly bigger mouthful.
It is, yeah, you're right. This and the people he's racing against are a much more serious challenge, I think. Without sounding like
Pete's come here looking for some good racing. He knows that we've got excellent racers, and he likes to race.
And at the minute,
he's come here looking for some good racing, and it will be delivered up to him, I can assure him.
yeah, absolutely.
He's got a lot of friends in here as well. He's comfortable in the result chat, and he's got a lot of friends on board. He'll be feeling comfortable and happy to be here, and I know he is.
Yeah, and we had Loick's fan army in the chat. Why they're not racing as well, I have no idea. But here's Loick. It was his first race week with us last week. He had one great race and one race that was a bit troublesome. Isn't that
his car looks great? That's Theo. Doesn't his car look great with the safeguard colours?
It does,
beautiful.
yeah. It's work guard orange. If you take my point.
Oh God, yeah.
Or the other way around,
because it's my team, really.
yeah. Or it's
it's not beautiful.
Yeah. It's a lovely paint job, and he's very capable. He's in 17th at the minute, and as you can see on your timing tower on the left-hand side, folks, he's 5th in class in the AM league. So he's doing it.
He did very well last week, I thought.
Yeah, I did.
In his first appearance, I thought he made a very strong showing for himself and did himself no harm at all.
Yeah. 5th place. Sorry, we skipped over. Jamie Jeffrey is provisionally in 3rd, and we've got just 2 minutes of racing left for the practice. The qualifying. This will determine the start positions for race 1 of tonight's 2 races, which will be a 20-minute race. Every car is on 35% fuel. There is no need for them to pit in the first race. We'll have a short 5-minute intermission between races, and then there will be a reverse 15 grid, whereupon we will embark upon a 40-minute race, what we call a feature race, and they will have to pit. And because we've seen on the tracks with very, very long pit roads that they can attempt to non-stop it. That will not be the case tonight. Pit road here is so short that there's no chance of that. Just having a look at where Pete Newman is now. He's moved himself to 11th. I don't know where I said he was before. He's right behind Carl Hardy, who's not on the track at the moment. Flashy is in 4th. I thought he was on track, but I can't find him. Oh, it's because I've got the wrong camera, that's why. There he is. Famous. That's the end of qualifying. So we need to go to this screen. There we go.
Brave car choice, Hardy, don't you think?
I know, yeah, definitely. Right, if I do that, that should extend qualifying. Right, so Sam Blees will be your pole man tonight. He's only just got that as well for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing over Stephen Walker for Spectre 6, who joins him on the front row. Then we've got 3rd, Jamie Jeffrey for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. Next to him is Matt Elmore in 4th for Spectre 6. Row behind is David Johansson in 5th for Sim Racing Grid. Miguel Freitas joins him on that 3rd row in 6th for Impulse Racing. Kevin Daniels 7th for Sim Racing Grid. 8th will be Spencer McCarthy for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Tony Walker, the first of the IAM cars, goes off 9th for Spectre 6th. 10th will be Carl Hardy for Safeguard by Result with Pete Newman. In the row behind him in 11th for Pure Sims with David Corpus. Next to him in 12th for Lurchus Academy. 13th will be JB Deju for BSTV Pink. 14th will be Russell Wireth in Cowell for Spectre Solo. 15th will be Tom Woodcock for Sim Racing Grid. 16th, will be PVG, Pete Van Gool for Result Clothing iRacing Team. And then Loic Ponault for Boots and VDS by Undercut in 17th. Off 18th will be Roger Morton next to him for Safeguard by Result. 19th will be Chris Needham for Air Smart Racing. 20th will be Ike Aleku for Lurchus Academy in that Audi. Arnaud Chenonnier will go off 21st. Hang on a minute, just trying to get a better view of the grid. Stop flashing your lights, I can see that. 21st, Arnaud Chenonnier for Air Smart Racing. Jesus Amandere will go off 22nd for Lurchus Sim Racing. Stop it, Fiona. 23rd will be Jason Haddington for Air Smart Racing. 24th will be Andrew Littler for Workguard by Result. 24th, that was 24th. 25th will be Fiona, who's flashing her lights and making me angry for Workguard by Result. So,
wow, well done, Pete, because that was a big mouthful. That was a lot, wasn't it?
It was a lot.
Look at this. What a grid that is.
That's a big grid. Right, here we go.
Beautiful. Is that going to fit on this track?
I don't think so. I think they're going to be pushing each other around as we go green at Okayama short. Right,
they need good starts to get away clean here. We don't want to mess at T1. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be a crowded house at turn 1, I think, as well. Standing room only as we make our way around the first couple of corners. Three wide. Yes.
A bit of common sense there, but this is wicked. Let's remember they turn.
Oh, JB.
Oh, mind those cones that come round.
That's David Corpus and JB getting it on.
Oh, goodness me. There's nothing in the gaps as well, Pete. I don't know how they're going to split up.
No, I don't either. There's a lot going on further back as well, but we're going to have a look at this because we are 2 wide and 3 deep as we go around. Oh, JB! Oh. Right, so that's David Corpus getting a shove on.
Well, they're doing their best to keep it on road and keep it clean, but it's just close quarters. There's 3 cars and room for 2.5.
Yep, JB's gone sideways through Michael Knight corner.
He's all right.
He's out in the weeds. Somebody's got to slow down. Who's that? That's Tom Woodcock with the slowdown.
Oh,
Right.
Tom,
I don't know how he's got that, or he's waiting. He's waiting for something.
That cost him.
Yeah, it did. Right, look back at the front. Oh, it's on. That's a very tidy line by Stephen Walker. My God, he was hanging the back end out, but it worked so well for him. As we come down this little back straight here.
Oh, that's a threatening looking car.
Isn't it just? Into Redmond Corner, or through Redmond Corner, I should say, into Hobbs, I think this is. I
was
can't remember.
looking at the grid. Be honestly, that
Who
grid.
was
Look
that?
at the state of it. There's so many good drivers up there. You just don't know which way to look, and
No,
you
I know.
can't call it. There's no way.
Look at this, back here. So this is Fiona in with Jesus, in with Jason
Oh
Addington.
no,
Who's
no,
that?
no!
Is that
That
Chris
was one
Needham?
of our red friends.
It's Chris Needham. Right, we'll have to have a look at what happened to
Oh.
Chris. He's a previous champion. I've sorted all his stuff out now, so he is registered. as
Have you?
a
Oh,
champion.
good.
Um,
Oh,
oh, he's just parked it. Oh no,
Oh,
that's technical.
no.
That's technical.
that's technical, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, and
Oh, he got all right. Oh,
and
is that pit time for him? Do you think?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Spencer
it
McCarthy with a slowdown, I think.
Oh,
Because
that's
he's
unfortunate.
dropped 4 places back down the field.
Well, slow down will do that. When at these close quarters, there's nowhere else to go.
Look at that.
You're going backwards. If you get a slow down, that's it. And you know the iRacing slowdowns don't muck about anymore.
No, they don't. They're vicious. So Jesus got overtaken, I think. No, I don't know. By Kylie Addington, who's just ahead of him now. So we'll have to see how that continues to work out. JB on a massive recovery drive after going extracurricular has found Fiona, so that'll carry on. Right, let's go to the middle of the pack where there's lots going on. So Weirton is on terms with Roger here and trying to put him out of a move. Put him out of a
If you get on the inside here,
Yeah.
trying to get on the inside,
And it's another right-hander, so this is going to work for.
Please wait, mate. We're
and
racing.
well, they've got those two left. Got two left-handers coming now, haven't
Oh,
we? So,
Roger's done it. Roger's kept him
Yeah.
behind. Right. Okay.
and they'll be able to plant it on the apex here as well. So
Yeah.
it's such a, there's no getting past there if somebody's got their car under control. But it's a heck of a place to spin. It's
Isn't it just?
easy spin territory. Well, it's just going to be tight all the way, and it's this short race, you know. There's no old boards anyway, is there? They
No.
just go for it, and so much depends on your grid position.
Yeah, and what
But,
we're watching, folks, is the back end of the field. This is the back end of the field, and it's some of the best racing in the field, and we find this regularly. Look at this.
They're going at it all over. At the end, at the beginning, and in the middle.
Yeah. Right, this is the
Everywhere you
front of
wanna
the
look.
field. So, your race leader at the moment is still Sam Blees.
He's doing a fantastic job here.
Yeah. He leads
But,
by
you know,
nothing.
he knows how to defend, and this place is a defender's paradise.
Yes, it is. Oh, hang on. Don't know what just happened to Kylie. Didn't spin it, but losing places. Redmond corner. He's going to keep that, is he? Oh no, JB has done a wonderful job there.
JB, what a job JB's doing. He's not wasting
Fiona.
his time, is he?
Go on, Fiona.
Oh. Oh, Chris is still in the pits. That's not
I know, yeah, that was definitely technical, as we've got an overtake coming on here. This is Spencer. Mr. McCarthy putting David Corpus a position down. Back to where he started, though, David
good. Oh, he's going to be
Corpus.
chasing Pete now.
Yes, he is.
Who's chasing Carl? Oh, this is great stuff. Goodness me.
And then Roger Morton is in the thick of it here with
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Russell Cowell.
Oh, Russell got past him, but Roger's not letting him go, is
No,
he?
he's not. He's staying with him, absolutely. We might see that come back again. Right, let's go to the very front again. So we are as we were for the first 6 positions, as in they are in the original starting positions for the first 6 cars. Doesn't make it boring because they are all still together. And there's going to be something that breaks open here somewhere. Just behind them is the first of the AM cars, Tony Walker, 7th place. I'm going to get pressure, I think, from everybody to put him into pro given his performances. Regardless of what he thinks. Oh, here we go. PVG on Ocean 98, nicely done. And that took both of them to make that work nicely.
Yes.
So well done, Arno. He's coming back at him. He's got a bit of a toe, but it's not enough. So,
Well,
and he's overrun Redmond, but that's fine.
it's a tiny gap between them, and we'll have to see how these gaps grow. We're starting to see a bit of the gaps growing now, but the time gaps are tiny.
Yeah, nothing in
So
it.
you're going to get these lovely little clumps of intense racing, and we see this all the time. There's very few quiet places in the field. There's always somebody to race, and the standard of the craftsmanship of the drivers is great.
It really is.
We get great racing. Doesn't matter where you are, because they're all good drivers. There aren't any poor drivers in this league.
No, and the first 6 cars are on board now with Miguel on the top of his car. We've positioned the cameras, very, very cleverly there. He's in 6th place. So, try and find yourself, folks, an opportunity to overtake round here, because it's very difficult. These first 6 cars are all in a train. Really, this into turn 1 is the only one you've got legitimately, and that's going to be a dive either way, isn't it? Because Stephen Walker's there, just posted the fastest lap of the race on this lap. I think that'll just keep tumbling as we get towards the end of the race. Alan, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, the cars will lighten up, and we know that the tyres stay good, so I don't think that will be an issue. They normally get faster, don't they? And we see the purple laps go in quite often on the very last lap.
Yep.
So I don't think there's going to be issues here. It's just, how do you get past? Miguel's fantastic overtaker.
He's
got that
artist
excellent
with it, and so is Spencer.
Yes.
Spencer's minus back in 11th after he had a slowdown.
Well, this is what I was going to say. When we were driving around, I didn't see anywhere that even somebody like Miguel could actually pounce.
No, you're waiting for a mistake.
You need a mistake before you can, and your basic pace isn't going to do it. You're depending on the other guy making a mistake. Well, look at the names. Who's going to make a mistake? Kevin's up there in 8th. Look at the drive he did last week. We've got Pete.
Well, let's have a look at this
Spencer.
one.
It's just fantastic.
I know, this should be a good one. So this is the textbook way to overtake. This is PVG on Ikaleku. I think this is textbook. Hopefully there's no incident. He's got it on the inside. He did it on the on an overspeed situation. It's taken him 3 corners to achieve it, though. Look, and that is an overtake done. That is a masterful piece of overtaking.
Yes, beautiful driving. Like you say, though, it takes both drivers, and it's great to see that. But when you're in a line like we've got at the front there's no room to insert a car, and it's you're hoping that they're going to spread out a little bit and make a bit of space so that you've got room to plant your car.
Yeah, and look at this, Spencer doing exactly what PVG did a lap ago, and he has managed it in as many corners as well. Very nicely done, very nicely
I
done.
think that's the only place, isn't it? This seems.
I think so. Yeah.
It looks like, and it's gonna take 3 corners.
Yeah, and that was over Pete Newman, who's fighting back here, and he's doing a great job of it as well.
Well, Pete will fight back, but it's his first race in this car. I'm not sure that he's what he's going to do against Spencer, but he'll certainly give it all, and he's not lacking in skill.
No, definitely not.
He's
Definitely not.
Lacking in race acumen either.
So the first 2 have managed to get themselves, well, what you could call a gap over Jamie Jeffrey. Maybe. 0.4 of a second is what that is. And I think these 2 are going to go at it for the latter half of this. We are halfway through, folks. Halfway through.
I'd love to think I could keep up with this lot, wouldn't you, Bill?
I don't think I stand a chance.
No, not a chance. I'd love to go to my car at the back of Miguel's and keep up with them.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like to be able to drive that fast around here.
I've no idea, and we'll never know. We'll never know. In the top 6, you will see 3 yellow banners. If I focus in a little closer, there. Yellow banners with blue surrounds are pro drivers that have been champions before. The top two, and Miguel there in 6th place. You can see that banner as well. All the other 3 are blue banners with white backgrounds, which means they're in the pro class. If they are with a orange banner with white background, that means they are in the AM class. And in the case of poor Chris Needham, he will have an AM banner with a yellow background, as he was a previous champion. But he is in the AM class as for a result of his I rating. As JB tries to effect a move on Andrew Littler, and Andrew's holding him to the inside. That's kind of opening the door for Jesus here, who takes a huge amount of extra track.
Oh, this is... oh, goodness me, this is tight.
Isn't it just?
People are trying to be clean, but it's close quarters. And this is... we're seeing a lot of skillful driving tonight. It doesn't look... It's not eyeball out kind of exciting, but goodness me, it's taken a lot of skill to keep these cars together like this.
Yeah.
And these overtakes are massive.
I'm not sure when this happened either, Alan. Tom Woodcock in the wars. I know we saw him going slow down the start-finish straight earlier. I'll have to find out how he's managed to remove the boot off his car. I didn't see him stop and pull out.
Weight saving.
Weight saving, yeah. Right, back at the front, folks.
No, it's still, look at it's still locked together.
Jamie Jeffrey putting pressure on Stephen Walker.
Well, Jamie's got the pace to put pressure on anybody, hasn't he?
Oh, right. This is how a bootectomy was completed. I don't think there was any anaesthetic. Ooh, crikey! Fiona's gone in deep.
Oh!
Gosh. Right. Okay. So that's how that happened.
Oops. Yeah.
We won't autopsy it too many times. But clearly, those two didn't know where each other were at that point. Is that the right tenses I've used? I've no idea. So Miguel looks like he's getting a little impatient back here. He's having a look on the inside of David Janssen, just showing himself in the mirrors of the car in front. I don't know that that'll do much for David Janssen. He's a very confident individual, isn't he, Alan?
And quick too.
And quick, yeah, that's the key point. He can be confident because he is quick, yeah.
Well, you know, this is a pretty select bunch of drivers here.
Yes.
And there's nothing in between them. There was nothing in their times in quali, and there's not going to be anything in this now. And you're waiting on somebody to make some kind of minutest error that you can take advantage of, because all these people are very capable of taking advantage of the minutest error, but it's got to happen.
Yes, it really does. We've got... Is this PVG? Yeah, we're on board with PVG, Pete Van Gogh, and he's catching Loic, who's in that Boots and VDS by undercut Elantra in front of us. I like to get the sponsors in where I can. Oh, that's a bit wide, Pete. Okay, he's not going to overtake anything when he's doing that. That was more grass track than anything else. As I think there is a serious attempt here by Stephen Walker. We're going to go.
Well,
nose
5
first.
minutes to go. 5 minutes, and
oh, look at that! That's intent.
well, Stephen's been doing this a bit as he's trying to unsettle Sam, but it's a bit of a thankless task, I think, to be honest.
What's
Trying
he
to
got?
unsettle Sam, just got to get by him somehow.
Yeah, what's
It's
going on behind?
doable. I mean, it is doable. You know, Sam does make the odd mistake, and we're all human.
Yeah, we are.
And
Yeah.
the constant pressure, you
Apart from
know.
Wobbly. Wobbly's not human. There's something wrong with him. Right. What's he going to do? Is he going to try and stuff it up?
Constant pressure does affect people.
Yeah.
You know, it
Yeah,
does.
it does.
You can't help but this flicker of the car in your rear view mirrors.
Look at this. The top two here have decided we're having a fight now, and they've gone.
They're fighting, and they've got more pace than the other guys who are
Yeah.
chasing them.
It's awesome, isn't it? It's still going on at the back.
Well,
it'll
they've
carry
managed
on
to
going
split
on.
that bunch, so that, I mean, this is
that's an overtake, I think, by Andrew Littler. Or is it? Not quite, not yet. Oh yeah, he's done it now. That's nice.
Oh,
Okay, that's that
well
one.
done, Andy.
And here comes PVG. Now PVG's got damage on the front as we look at it left-hand side, as he looks at it right-hand side. And he's managed to get that done under braking.
Did
That's
it on
nice.
the brakes. Beautiful.
Yeah, nothing Lowick could do about that.
Very nice, clean driving by. We've seen 3 great passes by Pete, but 3 great responses by the drivers that were being passed, haven't we?
Yeah.
Absolutely holding their line and keeping it clean. Beautiful to see.
Very. Right, let's join the front group again. Oh, he's really putting the pressure on. Look at that, Stephen Walker.
Yeah. Well, he knows how to put pressure on, all right, to Stephen.
He does.
Oh, goodness.
Right, where is Kevin Daniels? I'm just looking at the chat now.
It'll be lovely, this. They absolutely adore racing like this, these two. So,
yes.
You know, and, the smiles will be a mile wide. And, you know, Jamie's just
Miguel.
waiting for the opportunity here.
Miguel's taken the biggest, widest line to try and get some sort of run on David Johansson, and he's not managed it yet.
No. Oh, look, he's trying as well, you know. Well, you've got to try something.
Oh, Sam Blees with wheel spin.
What, 2 laps left, is there?
Yeah, and you're right, Kevin Daniels is on fire. He's in 8th place, just 1 place down from his start position. Was that an overtake by... No, it wasn't. My apologies. I thought it was going to be an overtake back in the field by Tom Woodcock. Not quite got on terms with Jason Haddington yet. Stephen Walker's still having a good look. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes. 1 lap is 55 seconds, so we've got at least 2 laps, if not 3. Because I think they'll get over the line for an extra, so anybody that was chancing it on the fuel might end up in a tearful situation if they run out.
Well, it's not so far to push it home.
No, well, this is true, yeah. Right, this is pressure now. And the pressure's being applied from 3 positions back, actually. Maybe even more than that, as these guys come flying round these corners.
Tom's got all his nerve. He's doing a fantastic job here, you know.
Oh, we've got a new viewer, Nicola Jeffrey. Yeah, Jamie Jeffrey. She's shouting out to all the drivers, but really there's one that stands out for her, and it's this one in 3rd. He's been piling the pressure onto Stephen Walker for, well, pretty much the entire 20 minutes, and it's not going away. Miguel Freitas still not able to do anything with David Johansson yet. And Shane Newport also shouting for Jamie Jeffrey. Welcome back. Yeah, Kevin Daniels' wheel has been disconnected. Something clearly happened to Chris Needham earlier in the race. He just speared off to the right. Right, Cal Hardy's got Spencer McCarthy to deal with, Alan. That is going to be a difficult challenge to stave off, isn't it?
Well, they will be enjoying themselves, but it's hard to keep Spencer behind you.
Yeah, it really is. We're on board here. I can't see the white flags because it doesn't show me in that view. Where is the white flag? Is the white flag on the right or the left? Oh, it was there. I just saw it. White flag, white flag. We're on the last lap. So if you're going to do it, boys, you need to do it now. And girls, of course. Andrew Littler has got some sort of slowdown.
Oh, no, you got to slow down there.
Or something.
Kylie's got past. Kylie's happy.
Kylie will be happy about that, yeah. There's Fiona going through the shot.
Oh, just staying on the lead lap. Come on, P.
Yeah, and this is it. There's only 3 corners to go, and the top 6 are going to finish the way they started by the look of this. Although Jamie Jeffrey looking very, very racy in the last, well, it's not even 2 or 3 corners, is it? He's not got it through that little bit. Stephen Walker diving towards Sam Blees at the end there. Who's that going into the pits? Who was that in the pits? Andrew Littler into the pits. What's going on? Is he running out of fuel? There we go. That's the end of the race.
Well, fantastic drive by Sam. That was absolutely brilliant. He had to hold his nerve fantastically.
I think Carl Hardy's been pushed home. He's been pushed home by Pete Newman.
That looks very likely.
Very, very likely, because that's exactly what was happening. So Carl Hardy cheats his way over the line into 10th place. Right, anybody still going? Everybody's nearly finished. Good grief. Right, let's see.
Well, fantastic race.
Yeah. Such a short lap, I couldn't even catch everybody crossing the line. Where's Fiona?
Well, I'm busy from watching that, to be honest.
It's crazy good, that. That was excellent.
He was around here really quick. Well done, Pete.
I need a drink. Hang on.
Finishing on the lead lap, I think
Nice
that's
one.
considerable in this race.
Ooh.
20 minutes, and they're going like the clappers, and it's a minute lap. So you've really got to keep your foot down
Definitely.
if you're going to stay in front of these people.
It's all right when you're on Silverstone full, isn't it? Because
So who's on the
what?
in front for the next race? Who's on pole?
I think. Oh, hang on. Oh, we'll find out in a second because here we go with the results. So. Oh no, that's not the right button to press. Hide that. Show this.
I'm thinking it's going to be very interesting with the reverse grid on this circuit.
That's not what I wanted to show. There we go. That one. Show that. There we go. Hey, Pete does it. Yeah, Pete can be taught. Monkeys can be taught anything. Sam, please, what's your winner for, what is this, 15? I think this is round 15. So let me go check. Is it?
Season 15.
Season 15. Is this round 15?
Week 9.
Week 9. 15, 16, 16, 17. Oh, I don't know anymore. Just give me a sec. This is round 17. There we go. I got it wrong 3 times. Excellent work, Pete. Excellent work. Sam Blees was the winner for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Takes home the glory for the sprint race. Stephen Walker finished second on the podium for Spectre 6 with coupes and convertibles. Jamie Jeffrey and his massive fan club on the chat tonight in third, bottom step of the podium. Fourth was Matt Elmore for Spectre 6. So Spectre 6 getting good points again. That Hydro Race Geodesic lead is getting slowly etched away, Alan, isn't it?
Well, if they keep doing that.
Yeah. David Johansson finished 5th for Sim Racing Grid. 6th was Miguel Freitas for Impulse Racing. 7th was the first of the AM class cars, Tony Walker for Spectre 6. Kevin Daniels finished 8th for Sim Racing Grid. Sim Racing Grid showing well, actually, as well. Spencer McCarthy finished 9th on a bit of a recovery drive after a slowdown for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing. Carl Hardy finished 10th for Safeguard by Result, pushed home, literally, by Pete Newman in 11th for Pure Sims. 12th was David Corpus for Lurch's Academy. Had a bit of a rough ride at the start of that race, but has shaped himself up quite well at the end. Russell Cowell were racing. Finished 13th for Spectre Solo, with Roger Morton finishing 14th and second in class for AM for Safeguard by Result. Pete Van Gool finished 15th for Result Clothing iRacing Team, with Loic Ponault in 16th for Boots and VDS by Undercut, and 17th being Ike Leku for Lurch's Academy. 18th was Arnaud Chenonnier for Air Smart Racing. 19th was JB for BSTV Pink. Jesus Amundarai finished 20th for Lurch's Sim Racing, with 21st being Tom Woodcock for Sim Racing Grid. Kylie finished 22nd for Air Smart Racing. Probably be happy about that because he had a proper scrap on his hands on a number of occasions. And 23rd was Fiona Siddons for Workguard. Her teammate Andrew Littler finished 24th, which is odd because that was reversed. Oh, but he entered the pits, didn't he, Alan?
The pits, yeah.
And didn't complete the last lap, so he was classified 1 lap down. And Chris Needham finished 25th after clearly a technical issue. Speared him off into the pit lane wall on lap 1. Hopefully he rejoins.
Chris, yes.
Yeah, that's.
He's not had a lot of good luck, to be honest, this season, hasn't Chris?
No, he's had it. He's had it tough and rough, if that makes sense. Okay.
Makes perfect sense.
Right. So, usually we don't get this season many people out on track during the intermission. It's usually too short to do a lap. However, here it's completely different. Look at pit lane entry. It's both fast, technical, tight, and difficult. That
and
is
half the circuit.
yes, and half and half the circuit. Couldn't be more accurate, to be honest. Where's Spencer? He will no doubt. Oh no, he's just doing laps. Okay, trying to get more out of the car, maybe. But yes, pit lane will be a mega feature of this race, folks. It's a 40-minute race. I don't remember how many laps we did in the first race. I didn't really register it. But it'll be roughly 6,000 or 7,000, won't it, Alan?
I think it's 5.5.
5,500 laps. Okay. In 40 minutes of this 55-second lap. 56.6 if you Spencer McCarthy right now on cold tyres, 1 lap out. I don't know whether he's going to do a pit lane entry. We're going to definitely try and jump on board and see what it looks like if he does. He might be going again, to be honest. It looks like he's trying to get speed out of the car. He's twitching, he's going for it. He's diving
going in.
Look how difficult that is. And this bit's the hardest bit, this one here. That's not good.
Wash your speed up. You've got to wash your speed up. But honestly, you want to carry your speed because you've still got a mile to go to get to your lane.
Absolutely right.
Your box, you know.
Oh, look at
So,
this. Look at
that's-
this, Alan. Look. PVG off the front row.
I was
Pete
looking
Mangold.
forward to this. This is talk about cats and pigeons.
Yep.
This is wow.
Look at this though.
We saw how hard it was to get past on that in that first race. It's not going to be any easier in this one.
No, definitely not. So Pete Van Gogh goes off first for result clothing, and Roger Morton off on the front row next to him for safeguard. Unbelievable. Russell Cowell off third for Spectre Solo. David Corpus off
It's so
fourth.
lockout.
I know, proper lockout. Lurch's Academy fourth for David Corpus. Pete Noonan, off fifth for Pure Sims. Carl Hardy off sixth for Safeguard. Spencer off seventh for Hydro Race Geodesic. Kevin Daniels off eighth for Sim Racing Grid. Tony Walker off ninth for Spectre 6. Miguel Freitas off 10th for Impulse. David Johansson off 11th for Sim Racing Grid. Matt Elmore off 12th for Spectre 6. 13th will be Jamie Jeffrey for Coupes and Convertibles. Stephen Walker off 14th for Spectre 6. Sam Blees off 15th for Hydro Race Geodesic. Loic Ponault off 16th for Boots and BDS by Undercut. Ike Aleku off 17th for Lurch's Academy. Arnaud Chenonnier off 18th for Airsmart Racing. JB off 19th for BSTV Pink. Jesus Amundere off 20th for Lurch's Sim Racing. Tom Woodcock off 21st for Sim Racing Grid. Jason Haddington off 22nd for Airsmart Racing. Fiona off 23rd for Workguard. Andrew Littler off 24th for Workguard. And Chris Needham off 25th for Airsmart Racing. Right, let's get a different camera. Let's get a different set of stats. That's a good camera angle, isn't it? I like that. Why didn't I get that the first time round, Alan? What was going on?
Well, and you had a good one though, Pete. To be honest, it made a lovely. And they look great, but this is a tasty looking grid. This reverse grid is really roused to the mark. But the people it's put at the front are not quitters, and they're not going to make it easy for those chaps looking making the middle of the field look fat.
No, absolutely right. So this
It's
is going to
be a struggle.
It's a big field, and it's a short run to turn one. So here we go, folks. Lights coming on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 40 minutes of racing have started. Let's see how this all shapes up.
Oh, look at that.
Chris Needham has started, which is brilliant news. And away we
That
go.
was unbelievable the way they shot across there. How we didn't have mixed metals, I don't know, but fantastic job.
Yeah.
And look at that. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Everybody cleaned through the first couple of turns. And who's that? David Corpus, again, in the thick of it. Russell Cowell, nice move at the start. Gets himself into second place.
We know people are going to be looking for early passes on this early laps. People are going to be trying to make ground. Well, things are unsettled. Everybody's going to be trying to make ground. It's a very precarious time of the race.
Well, they'll have learned, Alan, from the first race that overtaking is impossible. It's
Miguel.
Oh, dear. Oh.
Road. Is his car okay?
PVG's
PVG's in the pits.
Did he jump it? What? Is he doing a drive-through?
This Cole got to slow down.
No, he's boxing the car. What's going on? I don't know. We'll have to come back to that because this is all still going on here. So Miguel got the rough end of that. And it's still going on back here as well. So that was dramatic. Sam
Yes.
Blease making his way through. David Corpus trying to make it too wide, but running out of track to do it. He's doing it though. He's done it. He's overtaken Tony Walker there. That's pretty good. But no, he hasn't. He's overtaken Spencer. Or defended it from Spencer, rather. One of the two is true. Look at these two back here. Kevin Daniels on Tony Walker. Job done.
Should be getting a bit of heat in the tyres, hopefully, and
Yeah. Miguel in the pits. Obviously, had a lot
they took a right clout, didn't he? That
did.
was so unfortunate.
Oh, he's away again. Good lad. Good lad. That shows real racing spirit. He just wants to be part of the race. That's brilliant. For someone who is as talented and as fast as he is, not to just go, do you know what, I can't win it, I'm not playing, and coming back out on track, he'll pick up loads of positions as well. It's a 40-minute race, there's loads to brace for, which is brilliant to see.
He loves to drive and he loves to race, and
Yeah.
there's a challenge here for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many places can he make? And we shall see.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic overtaker. If anybody can make place at this spot, it's him.
And do you know
if we
what?
get a bit of space at the rear,
Yeah.
we will see how he does.
Well, he
So
might.
there will be a bit of overtaking room, won't they?
Yeah, he's got 3 laps of fuel inside that, so he might end up not having to pit again. So you just don't know, do you? You just don't know.
Oh, certainly not with Miguel, because he's just a master of the fueling.
Yes, he is. What happened with Miguel? He got turned at Mike Knight corner and into the wall, so he had to, I think, reset. I don't know. I think he made it to pit road though. He's been in, taken a fast repair, probably filled it with fuel, and gone back out. So it was a bit of a rough hit though. It was a bit of a rough hit.
Heck of a clout, unfortunate. But you can almost see it coming, the way the cars were bunched up, and
yeah, there was
it was
not much racing room. He's in view here, so he's come around the corner here. He's made an issue. He's got knocked across, and then yeah, that's just bunching, isn't it, Alan? There's nothing more to say about that. Just bunching.
There's nowhere for anybody to go.
Nobody to blame at all, in my opinion.
No.
And then into pit road he went. So, Arnaud Chenonnier and Loic scrapping it out here. Loic going round the outside. I don't think you're going to make that work, mate, because every turn after this is right-handed until you get to... What is it? It's not Redmond, it's the one before Redmond.
Well, of course you would, on normally Okayama, if you can take that line, you can do it on the next corner, which is the other way round.
Not here, though.
But it's not here tonight, so...
Loic's going to lose a position here to Tom Woodcock.
That's a favourite line as well for overtaking down there, so it ruins all those lovely lines we've spent years working out.
Yeah, it just throws the move book out the window. But what we have got... Oh, Russell Cowell, you got to slow down. You have.
Oh, no, Russ.
I don't know how I changed.
He's going to scoot through into second place.
Yes.
Oh, goodness me.
I don't know
We've
how
got Royce absolutely pouring it on, and he's not been well for all week. He's feeling tired, but look at that. He's pouring it on. P is in his shadow and licking his lips.
Yes, he is. And I don't know how I changed this.
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
So we're not racing, because he was going backwards for a second there after a slowdown. Right, Flashy, and all the rest of the gang are back here. We're 8 cars deep. I'm going to put the battle box up this time, because this will show you that 6th place is 7 cars deep. What a beautiful view that is, Alan.
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at that. I mean,
majestic. Absolutely majestic.
It doesn't get any better, Pete. That's just beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to...
The driving's great and the racing's just breathtaking.
Yeah, I'm going to find out what happened to Carl, because David Ayres is right. Why did he drop all the way back? He's been in pit road. Carl Hardy...
Pit road?
Yeah, he's entered pit... What? No, he hasn't. That's just SDK being weird. I don't know.
I
is
haven't
the
seen you
answer.
going the bits.
Honestly,
You
I
think we've
don't
got
know.
a slowdown?
No, I don't think so. No, that's just weirdness. I don't know. I think he just got shuffled back, that's all. Right, that was an extreme close-up, wasn't it? Good grief. Nearly saw Pete Newman's nasal hairs there.
Now look at this. David, Spencer and Kevin backing up Roger and Pete. This is a powerful... And Tony as well. Look at that. That's a powerful bunch at the front there.
Just...
Oh, what's happened to Tony?
What? Where's Tony?
He's just slipped down to 10th.
Oh, yeah. And about to be 11th by Sam Blease. Sam Blease nearly through, not quite. Tony's fighting it. He's going to win this because all the next 2 corners are right-handers. That has to be Tony Walker's. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Well done.
Actually got to slow down something set him back.
Oh no, he went off track. Hang on, I've got this one. It's so delayed from SDK. Good grief. Oh, he's shot straight through turn 1. Pulled it down though. He's going to go off track at turn 2 then, isn't he? Yes, he's done
There
it.
he goes.
Gone too deep there. Shuffled himself
Lost
back.
him. Well,
Yeah.
it's so tight. It just costs you so much, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And but a good rejoin there, and people are very aware, and that was good. Good driving by everybody.
Yeah, Loic is still trying to get through on... Ooh, who was that? Did you see that? There was a car on the inside. Although I don't know who it was. I think it was Jamie Jeffrey. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Jamie Jeffrey. Who the hell was that? There was a car on the inside of the track, I'm sure of it.
Oh, these two are giving in.
No, they're not. And Jamie Jeffrey's going to get that
They
done.
squeezed it through.
Nice. So that's Tony Walker. Oh, no, Tony Walker's fighting this one.
Yeah, well, Tony's not giving in anything in this season. He's not quitting for anybody or anything.
No, he's not, and he might do this, because the next 2 turns are right hand.
He's got the right side of the track.
Yep, and his brother's right behind him.
No, Jamie. Oh!
That was a bit of a struggle city, that. Struggle street, rather. There we go. That didn't work out well for Tony Walker. We'll have another look at that one. And we'll try and see if we can pick the bones out of this, because they've gone side by side into this corner, and Tony's kind of not... I don't know. I think there's equal amounts of both driver in that, to be honest. Don't know about your thoughts, Alan.
Neither was lifting.
Nobody was lifting. There was touching, inappropriate and otherwise, well before the eventual contact that caused the spin.
Yeah, there was... nobody was lifting, and in the end there was consequences. That's called entropy.
It is. Good use of that word. And these two, Workguard having a battle, but Pete Van Gool, excuse me, after being in pit road for whatever reason, is on the hunt for those positions.
Oh, PVG, we don't like to see you plumb last.
No, I know.
I hope he's probably taking fuel.
Yeah, where's Big Al? Oh, he's still racing.
Yeah, Miguel's...
I don't think he'll be bothered about the fact that he's down a lap, because he's just going to pick him off.
Yeah, he's just gonna race. He'll be enjoying driving.
I don't know. That shows real strong character for me. Oh, hang on.
Yeah. Well, somebody doing that last week got the My Driver of the Night award for doing that.
Yeah.
It's something that we appreciate.
So this was the overtake for the lead that we missed while we were looking at the other crashes. Pete Newman on Roger.
Oh, Pete and Roger, goodness. Goodness me.
Couldn't squeeze a Rizzler paper between all 3 cars at one point there.
Heck,
That
blow
was
me head.
nice. Well done, boys.
Oh, dear me. Where's my whiskey?
I know, yeah. Right, so...
Oh, well, Pete! Where's he gone? Look at that!
He's legged it. He's checked out.
Bloody spring doing.
Yeah.
Thank heavens he's not used to this car.
Yeah, and Kevin Daniels, Sim Racing Grid well represented here in the top. On the inside of David Corpus, there's going to be a bit of a door bang there, little touch.
Oh, come on, guys, keep it together. This is fantastic racing.
Yeah, this was a scene.
We don't want to lose any cars. We really don't.
No,
this is just too good.
David Corpus getting a bit shouldered out, maybe. No, he's done a good job there, actually, of not losing more than one place in that little exchange. As Matt Elmore comes through. Oh, and gets a bit of a shove for his money there from David Johansson. Carl Hardy creeping around in the background.
I suspect this is a lot more fun for us than it is for them.
Yes. This is just going to be arduous, isn't it, if you're a racer in this massive group.
This is going to be tiring. Ultimate concentration. There's no let up. There's no sort of breathers.
No.
Look at the proximity. After 13 laps, they're still in each other's boots. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Unreal, isn't it?
Goodness me.
David Johansson having a real good long look on the inside of
What's
Matt
Jamie
Elmore.
Where's Jamie?
Jamie
12.
Jeffrey. Yeah, he's at the back of the group. But you never know with these guys, do you? There has to be a pit stop, so he might be fuel saving his way to an absolute shortest stop ever. Oh, here we go.
Well, now you've said that, he could easily be doing that, couldn't he?
Yeah.
It's at the back of that long train. People will have that in mind. These are canny racers, and they will definitely have pit stop strategies in mind already. They will have been thought about this, and because it could well be that it makes a decisive difference in the race.
Yep. Miguel, a lap down, making his way through the field like a hot knife through butter. And we were just watching JB overtaking Chris Needham.
Just that little bit of room between the cars as the tail end is spreading out, giving a little bit more space for drivers to get by, which they absolutely haven't got in the top 10 places. They're just cheap by jowl.
Yes. And Tony Walker making his way through the field on a recovery drive now as well. Not often you say that about an AM driver, is it? But he's not really an AM driver. He's more of a pro class driver. But Loic still trying to turn over Arnaud Chenonnier.
They're having a great time together.
This is fantastic. This is a good scrap.
International racing at its best. They're loving this, and I imagine they're absolutely eyeballs out. And I can't imagine that how you could have more fun than that, to be honest. Oh, it's in the pits.
Oh, yes, Loic has.
Wow, what a pit entry that was. That was swift.
That was very swift. Oh, in fact, there's Ike Aleku in front of him. Oh, no, it's not Ike Aleku. Oh, yes, it is. I'll just click the wrong button. But look at this. Look at this. Pete Newman, this is.
2 seconds. 2.5 seconds, nearly. Oh!
You can get 2 articulated trucks down there, right?
Well, he's a great driver, is Pete. So if you give him his chance, and the guys who could catch him have been stymied quite severely here trying to get through this, because there's a huge mass of metal and very determined metal on the road in front.
What I didn't realise before is Miguel has been in the pits he must have towed or something, or got a penalty for not entering the pits right, so his pit lane time was like over a minute, which means he's over a lap down, so it's going to take him a massive amount of effort to get back on lead lap. Not only that, but then to take more positions. So for me, that just shows how much of a racer he really is.
Yeah.
Oh, and JB's getting shuffled back in the order, although he's got a good run here on Kylie. Oh, he's just shot through the.
I think he's got damage or something, because
he does.
I'm surprised to see Kylie driving away from him like this.
Hello, Roger.
The way he's been driving recently. Well, Roger's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
He's tail.
Seen this.
It's my wingman. He's tail gunning Pete Newman here. He's got his car. He's driving as fast as he can, but he's trying to stop anybody going by him.
Yeah.
He's doing his Great Wall of China.
Yeah.
And it's working.
Oh, look at that.
Because Pete's got 4 seconds now, getting on, well, 3.5 seconds now. It's going up, the clock's ticking and it's rising. And if they're going to get Pete Newman back, they've got to get past Roger and get chasing.
Yeah.
And he's not willing.
No, he's not, and nor should he be.
No.
Flashy. Yeah, we can
When
see.
it comes to
we can see.
independent, you
Get off
know,
the bloody
Roger.
button, will you?
Well, he's in this queue. He's probably thinking, "Oh goodness me, what can I do here? I know, I can annoy Pete."
Yeah. Nice overtake actually from Flashy, even though he got on the button as soon as he realised he was on the screen. So Woodward says,
well, he's used to.
and Woodward has chosen his driver of the meeting, Alan. Can you guess who it is?
No, not yet.
He says it's you for your brilliant and gripping driving narrative.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God! Spencer McCarthy with the latest breaking known to the human race. I think he's just took, if not one, maybe 2 positions. He's definitely got it done on Russell Cowell, and there's other people piling in behind. Kevin Daniels being one of them, trying to get a move done on Flashy. Not happening this time, and David Corpus has found that. David Corpus, he's had a busy old night, hasn't he?
Well,
Good God.
I mean, anybody who's in there is busy. Let's face it.
Look at this.
It's not the place you go for a relaxing drive, is it? The middle of that.
Well,
Look
you
at
say
it.
that, but look at Pete Newman. He's like, yeah,
Well,
it's just
but,
driving
you know,
the Japanese countryside. This, what?
It's
what's the hassle? What's going on?
It's just what he tells me all the time. he just driving. That's what he says. Just driving. But he does it 3 seconds a lot faster than me as a general rule.
Yeah, annoying, isn't it? Look at this though. Second place is, what's that? 12 cars. SDK can't even count that high. It can only do 7 cars.
It's fantastic. Look at that. Roger's doing a heck of a job. Cole is there shouting him on because Cole's in there with a shout this time.
Yep.
But it's fantastic names behind you, and keeping those names behind you, Roger, is fantastic. You're doing a proper great job here.
Yeah. This is class, this.
Look at that. What a line of cars. Oh, that's beautiful.
We've got something going on a bit further back with David Corpus and I think it's David Johansson. Here he comes, David Johansson, late on the brakes on David Corpus. And that is a lovely move. Oh my God, that was so good.
David's really very good at this. His braking manoeuvres are just so beautifully judged.
Yeah, Carl Hardy trying to go defensive here on Sam Blees and making it work. He's defending the position. Oh no, that's naughty.
He's saved it.
Yeah.
Oh heavens, that was
Carl's
well held there. Well held.
He's tried to wait.
Yes, well he would do. That's just typically gentleman.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult when you're in a situation like that. And but the spirit was willing, which is the nice thing.
Yes, it was. Yeah, absolutely right. That's mixed it up a little bit as the 2 ex-champions of Sam Blees and Stephen Walker get past that little group of mayhem, and Jamie Jeffries trying to get through it as well now.
Well, they've got a little bit of air now.
Yep. These 2 are still scrapping it out here. Carl Hardy, is he going to give the position? He is. He's giving the position. Ooh, and that nearly went badly for both of them. A little bit of bad communication there. The right intention, so there might be a pit stop here for Carl Hardy to fix the damage.
It'd be nice if we could get some fuel in this time as well.
That's brilliant. Oh, statement of the year from Alan Toon. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
I missed it. No. I just about missed that.
Oh, Arnold's been driving so beautifully. I've really been enjoying it. You know,
it's been good.
A really classy drive. That's such a shame.
Joined that at all the wrong time, if you know what I mean. So He's put it down the inside.
Oh, he's a bugger for doing that, you know. He's so... Oh, dear.
Didn't quite work out that time.
Oh, dear.
Yep, Carl Hardy to pit road. So that won't bother him that much because he was so close to pit road anyway.
Yeah, he couldn't pull up, could he? So, that's fair enough. He won't feel aggrieved about that because he's going to Ed's car there in Wintergatan, so. But these guys, they want a bit of air and they're pushing on. They've got a bit of a gap now, and they can see that there's progress potential, at least potential to make a bit of time and close that gap. So what have we got? Oh, crikey. The time's running away again. We're over halfway through the race.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, my God, we are. Yeah.
Pete's got 5 seconds. The way he's driving and what they've got to do, because I'm thinking, who are going to chase him down? Well, you're looking at people like Spencer or Sam or Stephen, Jamie. You know, I can't see them getting through the crowd and getting the chance to do it.
The thing I've got is Roger Morton is doing the ultimate
Isn't he?
driving fast enough to keep everybody behind him and positioning his car well enough that nobody can get past him.
It's just a fantastic drive by Roger.
Yeah, that is exceptional work.
Well, you know, he's got a lot of racecraft. He has. Years on autocross teach you something.
Yeah, that's very
about
true.
line.
Yeah.
You know, really real world racing on slippery conditions. And he learned those lessons well, and you can see it now being demonstrated.
Yeah, so Miguel has got 20 seconds to the car in front of him, which is Arnaud Chenonnier, and he's eating.
Oh, he's got his foot
quickly.
down. Look at that. He's enjoying himself. He's got his foot down.
Yeah, he has.
Hopefully his car's working.
I don't think he minds the fact that he's that far behind.
He doesn't care. I don't
shows
think he
character.
cares. Yeah, I don't think he cares at all.
JB.
What he cares about is being out there and driving his car hard.
Yeah, beautiful
And he is
overtake
doing.
from JB.
Well, isn't that gorgeous to see now?
Yes.
Haven't we waited seasons to see that kind of thing from JB?
I know, he's got all the talent, hasn't he? He really does.
It's
Super smooth with his driving. It's very
look at
nice.
that. Yeah, really. Yeah.
Right, back at
That's
the,
a result for charm there.
yeah, this is not the lead, this is the sub-lead. I don't know what the right terminology is. Roger Morton is in second place. The rest of the field
And they're
are
not
behind
getting.
him.
Look at the people who are behind him, and they cannot get in front of him at the moment.
Yeah.
And how there's people behind him you think would stand a chance if they could just get to him.
Yeah,
And he's driving superbly. He's not giving anything away. His line is superb. And like you say, Pete, he's just got the pace. He's managing to produce just enough pace to frustrate the people behind him.
yeah. It's brilliant, isn't it?
Fantastic. Yeah. Oh, it's just wonderful to see. It's a bit. Look at that, crikey. It's been a long while.
I know.
So, I've been watching these guys for years racing, and to see Roger and doing so well is just truly emotional, to be honest.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. Tony Walker to pit road. So he's only the 7th car to box the car, including Miguel. I don't think Miguel will have to pit again. I think he can possibly fuel save his way to that. What's this? David
Well, he
Ellis?
wasn't fuel saving before, was he? I mean, he was kicking the ass of that car out, so.
Yes.
But he is magical about this, so. He manages to push on but still save fuel. I don't quite know how he does it.
No, it's good. It's a talent that I really don't possess. The ability to drive fast, A. Fuel save, B. Do anything quickly, C. Yeah, I can't
And
do
make
it.
snap decisions in the race that
Yeah.
always come up
Well,
smelling of roses.
That's just black art, isn't it? So, positions. Oh, here we go. This might be it. No, it's not it. It's not it. He's done a great job.
He's trying to resist Spencer McCarthy.
And who
Roger
can
Watson
say
trying to
that?
resist Spencer McCarthy. Goodness me.
Spencer's
He's
making
trying
an
to
issue of
beat
it.
that. Spencer's got it this time. There was no stopping him, but that was just sheer class by Spencer to
It
get
really
by Roger.
was.
It really had to be to get by him. He was not giving.
No.
And that was just the class of Spencer McCarthy to make that happen.
There's a shuffle going on
And
further back.
you notice he's not given 2 cars by.
Oh my word, this is getting close now.
Roger's
David
still
Johansson's getting...
saying nail.
Oh, save it! Oh, he has done, but he's taken the front off Sam Bleeze's car.
Oh my! Is that it going across there?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
No, it didn't. Oh, is that? Oh, Sam!
Yeah.
Sam, you've just got half your car missing. Still weight saving. He's
Sam's now
fine.
cheating by weight saving in a new way. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. That's his new aero look.
He's going to pit the car now, though, isn't he? Obviously. Ooh, and Roger Morton under pressure from Warraith and Russell Cowell. Oh!
Oh,
Russell's going to lose a position here.
That was a bit
Oh,
forward.
Kevin Daniels couldn't make enough of that. Flashy is going to get underneath him here. Gets scared by him. Backs out of it.
Has somebody got in the pits? Was that somebody in the pits
maybe.
or was somebody on the verge?
No, it was obviously Sam Bleeze who had damage from that.
Yeah, it's
check.
finally it's got in his.
Good God.
So
It's exhausting, this.
that's good. That's going to be another element because Sam's going to be coming out with his fuel.
Yeah. Spec 6 multi
Still
21.
13 minutes. There's still time to make a difference. 13 minutes. There's still time to make a difference.
Very
This race
much
with
so.
pit stops.
Hardly anybody is pitted, you know. compared
Yes,
to normal. Hardly anyone.
there's going to be a rash of them. We've got used to these early stops, haven't we? These early stoppers has been a regular strategy, but
What's going on
not
back there?
here, not tonight at
Ah, right.
Okayama.
So Sam Bleeze has come out in traffic and dispensed with the traffic very quickly. Right, so Pete Newman is your race leader still in his first race with us. Second race with us, first race week with us. And his lead is only 6 seconds over
Well,
Spencer
it's not
McCarthy.
growing now.
No.
This is interesting. He's got Spencer McCarthy chasing him now. This is a different kettle of fish than Roger trying to tailgate him.
It is. I don't know how much fuel saving can be done around here, if much at all, given the short lap and the acceleration required at Okayama. Roger Morton is still in third.
He's still doing a fantastic job. He's not quitting and he's not giving an inch. And
No, he's
people
not.
have really tried very hard. And it took somebody of Spencer McCarthy's class to get by him.
Yeah.
And
Flashy.
he had to work hard at it as well.
Yeah, Flashy's come out next to Carl Hardy. That's not going to make Flashy happy because
It's going to make Carl happy.
I think so, yeah.
He'll be very happy to see him.
There wasn't a car on the inside I saw before, obviously. It was the simulated rescue vehicle on the inside. I get caught out by that on this track a few times.
Easily done.
Yeah, for those watching, if you want to give us a like, all likes are well appreciated. It makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside, as Anne Woodward has just pointed out. I think some of the people
My
watching are
incontinence
also
pad
the people
does that
racing,
for me.
though. Hey?
It's my incontinence pad does that for me.
Oh, really? Excellent. Yeah. Miguel Freitas no longer the last car in the race. He's picked one off. The next one is just 1.7 seconds in front of him, and it's Fiona. So he's going to get points paid up to 31st here. 30th.
He's
sorry.
been dumped to the back twice now, hasn't he?
He
So,
has, yes.
I mean,
he deserves the points.
come on, Miguel. Anyway,
Oh.
he's a fantastic driver. And
Isn't he
I
just?
love to watch him race. I think he's a lovely man.
Pete,
So
you're right
we like
about
that.
Pete's lead, by the way. It is starting to tumble. It's not starting to tumble by much, I should say. So tumble's probably the wrong use.
Oh, 10
language.
minutes. 10 minutes is a
10
long
minutes.
time in this race.
10 minutes, good. And he's got to get his pit stop absolutely nailed. So has Roger. Otherwise, Roger, as David Ayres said in the chat not too long ago, he's got a lot to lose. Nicola is on again. Another shout out to Pete, to me and you. Good job. What? She must be new here. She must know that it's take the mic only in that
lovely.
chat. That's
Thank you,
fantastic, isn't it?
Nicola.
Right. So driver of the meeting is Nicola Jeffrey. Clearly,
Really?
I think so. I'm gonna have to put her in as a racer now so she can score some points. Anyway, 3 wide. What's this? Slowdowns.
Careful.
Stephen Walker on Jamie Jeffrey, or not quite. Jamie Jeffrey on Stephen Walker, rather. It's
goodness
it's
me.
all happening back here, though. This is messy. Carl Hardy, Jesus, and who's that? Samblees? Samblees with a new front
Please,
end.
yeah. Sam's got his nice shiny car, and he's trying to get past Carl, but Carl is unwilling.
Very.
He does not want to accede to his request currently.
No.
You know, Sam could very well stick a bumper up his bum.
Ant Woodward, you're going to be in the naughty box. So, Nicola has obviously shared her obviously very intelligent and insightful message to us. And then Ant Woodward has said, yes, of course, Pete is also emitting words. That's not nice, is it? You don't need that. You don't need that.
Well, at
I'm
least
not
they're
just
coming out.
emitting words,
Pete.
I'm also
No.
talking nonsense and clicking
Yeah.
buttons. Thank you.
Oh dear.
David Hurst thinks I'm on the exotic woodbines. What is going on in this chat? Oh, hang on. Right, that's
Carly's in the pit.
yeah, Carly's gone to pit road. It made me excited for a minute. Right, so Roger Morton, still the Great Wall of Rog.
He's doing a fantastic job, and so is Spencer,
Yeah,
who
and
is now devouring Pete's lead.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, I'm not surprised.
So Russell Cowell has gone to pit road. However, I think his monitor still shows Roger Morton's car burned into the screen because it's been there for so long. Oh dear.
Please wait, mate. We're racing.
Yes! I didn't even press that one. Excellent work, Alan. Excellent work. Like it. Right. We're
look
having
at
too
this.
much fun. We're having too much fun.
Well, these guys are racing hard.
Yes, they
Goodness
are.
me, they've not let up one little bit.
No. Have you any idea who's winning this? Because I ain't got a clue.
He's winning it, and Spencer's chasing him hard
Yeah.
and eating
Yeah.
into his lead. Honestly, he's taking chunks of tenths at it at the moment.
JB.
And I think he's going to catch him.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be fun. It is, because look at the time that we had. Spencer had a hell of a time getting past Roger.
Yeah.
And now he's got to get past Pete.
I know, and Sam Blease is ready to put a move on Carl Hardy, I think. Not on screen, obviously. This is Stephen Walker
Come on, guys, keep it together. This is fantastic.
pushing Kevin Daniels.
Wow, now we're coming up to put a lap on Carly if we're not careful here.
Yeah.
That's,
And the silent commentator of Ant Woodward says 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go. Carl Hardy putting pressure on Russell Cowell, actually. Both have pitted. In fact, all the cars on screen here have pitted.
Russell's got good pace, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's got very good pace at this track in this car, very much so. He's actually... Oh, no, he hasn't. So, I was going to say... Oh, hang on. Right. Has Roger been... Yeah, Roger's still under pressure from... Oh, God, there's a bit of shunting going on back here.
We've got Kylie. And, this is another element coming up.
So-
Because they
Jamie Jeffrey got too much into the back of Steve Walker's car just then. Opened the door for David Johansson, but has defended from David Johansson spectacularly well. Very safe, clean racing. That could have gone badly, so well done to both of those two.
Yeah, two very skillful drivers, and aren't we happy to have them in this league? They just fit in this league like hand in a glove. The skill, the passion. We love this. it's great having this bunch of drivers, so much talent in one grid. It's just a real treat for anybody who's a sim lover.
I feel selfish because we're keeping all the talent in this league. Kevin Daniels to pit road. No. Chris Needham to pit road. He's got a bit of damage to repair. Right, let's get back to this group because this is still for third place at the moment. Spencer McCarthy has checked out a bit. He's got 3.4 seconds of a lead ahead of Roger, who's the pink or purple wing mirrored car in your picture.
Pete is holding on a little bit better. He's actually stopped the rot slide here. I think he's become very aware of Spencer, and we're still at 3.5 seconds, and it was munching down at about half a second a lap quite considerably not long ago. So, it's still reducing, but not by as much.
No, and there's still quite a few cars to pit. Quite a few. I think there's
They're
10
not going to
cars.
pit, Pete. We're on 37 minutes.
Well, they may have to. I can't believe that they fuel saved.
Are they going to pit on?
They may have to pit with just seconds to go, 1 lap to go maybe, or something like that. They're engrossed in it. Maybe they've not noticed. But there goes Stephen Walker round the outside.
Lap to go.
Good grief. Round the outside of Roger Morton, and Jamie Jeffrey is about to mob Roger.
Right. Well, poor Roger, he's done a fantastic job, but I bet he's absolutely worn out now because he was tired before he even started.
Yeah, he's not well, is he?
No, he's not been well, and
as we know, is a killer.
It's not to keep him off the track for a week.
Yeah. Oh, there goes Roger. There goes Roger. Pit road.
Oh, that's it. He's in the pits.
Yeah, that's the start of it, and I think others will have to go.
But I think that's a very smart move by Mr. Morton,
I think
my
it is as
wingman.
well. Get out of the way of all this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get in, because he was getting some serious bother there.
Pete Van Gool sent to the edge of the track there.
Ooh, saved it though, and he did well to grab hold of that.
And there's stuff going on with David Corbus and Tony Walker ahead.
That assist is wicked.
God, there was nothing in that. Such
These
beautiful driving.
They look easy corners. These aren't easy corners. That is a wicked. That right-hander onto the straight is. You've got to judge it. Otherwise, you're on the sand and you lose so much time.
Russell Cowell thinks he's the unluckiest man alive because Roger Morton's come out ahead of him, so that burned-in image on his monitor is not going away anytime soon.
Oh dear me.
Right.
Has Russell still got to pit?
Russell has been in the pits.
Oh, goodness me. So he's going to be delighted to see Roger out there.
Yeah.
Thrilled.
Yeah, in a non-thrilled kind of way.
Goodness. Oh, now Roger's got his bearing down on the skipper here.
Yeah. Miguel still picking off cars. And back on lead. No, he's not quite on lead lap actually. He's 1 lap down still. Arnaud Chenonnier is his next victim, he hopes. Arnaud
He's not going to give that one away. Not a chance. He's going to keep his line. And he's going to do it again. So.
Yeah.
But it won't be able to keep Miguel behind him forever.
This has to be one of the most frantic races I think we've ever broadcast.
Well, it's got to be frantic, hasn't it? There's no way for anybody to take a breath.
No, I know.
So, it's like a treadmill. It is. They can't get off.
That's brilliant. Oh dear. Oh crikey, we're on last lap. So we're going to have some no-stoppers, Alan. We are going to have some no-stoppers on this race.
Yeah, on this track, of all tracks.
I know. Has he got any fuel? Should we have a listen?
Spencer's pulled it down to 2.25 seconds.
Yeah.
That's fantastic driving by him. But yeah, Pete did have to put a bit of a late revival, I think, there to stave this off.
I can't believe we're going to have so many people no-stopping this race.
We don't normally have any.
No, I know. He's off the gas for miles.
Well, you know, I guess with everyone being convoying like that, they've all been fuel saving, haven't they?
Nicely done, Pete Newman. Second
Congratulations,
race.
Pete.
That's
First
unreal.
race.
That's nicely done. Good grief.
Urging no more in his first
Yeah.
race.
Unreal.
Goodness.
Unreal. Hopefully he comes into the booth for a chat. He's not even registered on the website, you know. Whoa! Roger Morton pushing Sam Blease round the last corner. Woo! And Sam Blease and Roger. Oh dear, he can't get
And
any
he had
closer
to
than that.
pit. That's a shame he had to pit because all the other buggers
I
didn't.
know. Yeah, it must have been so knife edge.
Well, he was out in the front all that time.
Yes.
And, he was giving his toe to all those people who were right behind him. And all of them took his toe for all that way. And then when he had to go in the pits, they didn't have to bother, did they?
No.
Oh, goodness. Roger, you're a saint.
Oh, and, Jesus getting pushed over the line here by Andrew Littler. No, it's not Andrew.
Oh, no,
Jesus.
it's Pete.
It's Pete Van Gool. Sorry, my bad.
Pete's getting the push over this time.
Yep.
Result cars have had a bit of pushing over today.
I know. I think they've got holes in the fuel tank or something.
We probably can't afford the fuel. The fuel budget's a bit tight, Pete.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm knackered. Can we get someone else in to do the interviews? Oh dear me. Right. Let's go and find. Where's the other race?
We're still coming into the pits, look. It's wow. That was some kind of a charged session, I've got to say.
Was. Andy Littler still pushing PVG around the track. Nicely done. Tried to get him back to pit road.
It's a long way back to Holland from there, matey.
Isn't it just? If he ain't got enough fuel for his car, he's never going to have enough for the plane ride. Right then, let's have a look after all that. Oh, dearie me. That's the finishing order. So, not JB. There we go. Pete Newman in his second race with us, first race week with us.
First race, of course. That's first race.
On a no-stopper, wins the feature race here at Okayama Short for Pure Sims. Spencer McCarthy brought home second place for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing, and Stephen Walker finished third for Spectre 6. Jamie Jeffrey was fourth for Coupes and Convertibles. David Johansson finished fifth for Sim Racing Grid, with Matt Elmore, Flashy himself, sixth for Spectre 6. Again, Spectre 6 doing the job there, Alan. I think that'll bring down the Hydro Race Geodesic lead somewhat.
Yes,
yeah.
There's two of them. They're stacking up. Yeah. Well, it's exciting, but
isn't it?
Cool. I'm not sure I can stand anymore, to be honest.
No, good grief. On this occasion, Tom Woodcock was the highest placed AM driver in 7th for Sim Racing Grid, with JB right on his heels for BSTV.
Great driving by them too, I think, really. Because it was hard out there tonight, and that's great driving.
Yep. Carl Hardy finished 9th for a safeguard by result with Sam Blease, a surprising 10th for Hydro Race Geodesic. Usually on the fuel saving runs, it's him that does the fuel saving. And Zero stops it. So, interesting. And then Roger Morton, third step on the AM podium tonight, in 11th overall for safeguard by result. Russell Cowell finished 12th for Spectre Solo. 13th was Kevin Daniels for Sim Racing Grid. Tony Walker was 14th for Spectre 6, with David Corpus in 15th for Lurch's Academy. Chris Needham, a much better outing, obviously, than his first race, because his first race didn't get past lap 1. For Air Smart Racing in 16th. Ike Aleku, 17th for Lurch's Academy. 18th was Loic Ponault for Boots and VDS by Undercut. Where am I? I've lost it. 19th was Jesus Amundere for Lurch's Sim Racing. Pete Van Gool was 20th and ran out of fuel for Result Clothing. Miguel Freitas, after getting pit manoeuvred, or pit manoeuvred himself, it was 50-50 in my opinion, was 21st for Impulse Racing. That's a pretty good recovery given the fact that he was 1 minute and 20 odd seconds in pit road. Arno Chinonier was 22nd for Smart Racing, and his teammate Kylie was in 23rd. Fiona was 24th for Workguard, and Andrew Littler, her teammate, was 25th. Wow, that was some kind of intense race from a commentating perspective, Alan.
Yes.
Absolute madness.
Yes. Right. Well, they really turned on. It was a treadmill out there. There was nowhere to take a breath for anybody, and in the commentary box or out on the track, it was flat out all the way, both races, and why it was tight.
Absolutely insane racing. I'm going to try and get us some footage.
That was a great night's racing. I mean, considering I didn't know what to expect really with these cars on this circuit. It's such a tight place, you know. I was just wondering how it would pan out. Would it be an exercise in frustration? But would it just produce sparkling moments because people have got to sparkle if they're going to produce anything, if they're going to get by? So, and I think I had the sparkling moments. It was, and actually the people trying to get by was quite sparkling because Roger was a monster in that second race. It was a brick wall across the track, and Pete got away on his inaugural meeting with us, and that was something special.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, to do that, no stop the second race. It's the first time it's been done this season, I think. I'm not sure. Very impressive. For some reason, my SDK replay, or rather, iRacing replay, won't go back to the start of that race, but never mind. Right, I guess Kevin didn't save enough fuel. No, I don't think he did. He ended up in 13th after having to pit right at the very end, 38 laps in. So, yeah, sorry, Davey D, not to be today. Right, let's go to interviews, shall we? Everybody's queuing up.
Oh, my word.
Hang on a minute.
Can we have do a 2 minute, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, well, we'll be here on even at 2 minutes. Do 60-second interviews.
Yeah.
We'll get through a load then.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get in. Right, Pete Newman's not come for an interview. Why is that?
He's shy.
Shy. Behave.
Modest.
Can't be shy when you're that fast.
Very shy and modest.
And in that case, we will bring in previous multiple champion, race 1 winner, and in the second race, 10th, Sam Blees. Good evening.
Evening, guys.
Evening, Sam.
So, let's talk about race 1 first. It's difficult to overtake, apparently, and you made it more difficult than anyone because you led from the start, kept everybody behind you for the entire duration of race 1, and took home the glory.
Yeah, it's so difficult to overtake. I spent most of that race stopping Stephen getting my fastest lap point.
Yeah, and he had the advantage because he had your toe.
Yeah, so I just made sure I was nice and slow in the corners so he couldn't put the lap together.
I mean, that is kind of the story of race 1 for you. Fantastic result. Made it impossible for anybody to get through past you. At one point, you and Stephen did break away, but only by about half a second. And then that was gobbled up by Jamie Jeffrey, I think.
Yeah, it was him.
He was very quick tonight. So there wasn't a lot that anybody could do. You kept it pretty clean and clear. Race 2, however, completely different kettle of fish. At one point, you had your front nose ripped off. You had to pit, whereas others didn't. There was, I mean, where you were on the track was where all the action was. There was a 10-car train for second place at one point, with Pete Newman off to the races.
Yeah, it was. I set up to not stop, and I had plenty of fuel to not stop. But then I got a meatball in that contact, so I had. I was going to get DQ'd if I'd stayed out, and the car was my front suspension was smashed anyway.
It meatballed you for that. It wasn't. From our perspective, it was a nothing touch which removed your front bumper.
Oh no, it was quite a significant nudge. So
Oh,
Cap and David were side by side through the last sector.
yeah,
They were slow. I had a run through the final corner, but I caught David too early in it.
that's right.
So I was starting to push him around, and then he got this like tank slapper on, and he
Came across
came,
the track, yeah.
yeah, and it hit me really hard. So it knocked the front bumper off, front right suspension was broken,
Um,
and it was a meatball. Yeah, I mean the car,
yeah,
like, the
well, fair
steering was
enough.
quite well off as well, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I had to pit.
It
Took 3
didn't-
liters of fuel.
It really didn't translate well to our view, if you know what I mean. Maybe we had the wrong camera angle
Yeah.
for it, but didn't look that hard, did it, Alan?
No, and also it didn't. Sam going into the pits didn't appear like it was a disaster at that moment
it
either.
didn't. It looked like it was a normal strategy.
You know, we thought, all right, he's going to do his usual pit magic and he'll make something out of it. But of course, nobody else stopped, did they?
No.
No. I think. I mean, I don't think it was going to be an amazing result anyway, because I think I'd have been probably behind David because I was behind him. I might have got lucky and got past either him or Cap, but we'd be talking fourth or fifth rather than 10th. It was never going to be more than that because, I mean, like I said, Pete had already gone.
Yeah.
Steve and Spencer were on the same strategy as me, as quick as me, and 2 seconds up the road. So that was never going to happen. So, yeah, it was only ever going to be, I might have been able to force my way past either David or Cap, or, if they got tangled differently to how they did and I didn't get involved, I might have got both of them. But, yeah, it's just so difficult to pass. It's quite a low fuel usage track. It's a long pit lane. Like, you didn't need to do a lot of saving to make it quite comfortably. So it was
Right.
it was the obvious strategy.
See, the conversation recently has been if it's a big long pit road, then you've got a good chance of no stopping it, or is it the opposite way around? I can't remember.
So either long or slow, or ideally both.
Right, okay. You know that when I've got more than one criteria, my brain can't process that. Yeah.
All right. If it takes a long time in the pits,
Yeah.
then it makes it easier.
Okay.
But it also needs to be a low usage track. Like here,
Right.
we are well under the average usage per minute anyway.
Oh, okay.
So you need to save a lot less. Like sometimes you might need to save 20-30%. You just can't do that. Here it was about 8 to 10, so that's much more doable.
Right. Okay.
Wow.
Well, we're educated every day, aren't we, Alan?
Yeah, we are, and yeah, it was great, but it was tight out there tonight, Sam, wasn't it? Cracker. There wasn't a lot of room to manoeuvre.
No, not a lot of room. I mean, I think at one point in practice there were 17 cars within 8/10 of a
Yeah.
second.
Unreal.
It's just insane. I mean, it's a short track. You expect it to be close, but it was really, really close.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, I'm not going to pretend it was a favorite track of mine. You just can't race it. Like the longer version's a bit better, but you just can't overtake unless you do something dirty or the car in front makes a mistake.
Yes.
Like unless you're a second or 6-7 tenths quicker than them, you're not going to make a pass work cleanly. So
It takes 3 corners, but it was 3 corners to get a pass on somebody, wasn't it? And that's asking a lot in these kind of close quarters. It was hanging out for everybody to do that. It took great driving by both people to pull that up. And crikey.
You're absolutely right. It has to be a lot of give and take and a lot of respect to get a clean pass working. I mean, at the start of race 1, me and Wook did, I think, the entirety of lap 1 side by side. But that was only because it was lap 1 and there was 2 trains of cars going into every corner. Normally, the person who gets to the inside of turn 1 wins because you're inside 1, you're inside 2, and at that point you're clear and you can just go left. So it was only because there was other cars involved that made that even possible. But yeah, it's. I'll take the points from race 1, race 2. Still some points, so it's all good news for the championship, and on to something better next week. I say that's a question because I don't know.
On to something Hungarian next week.
Oh yeah, okay.
Nice one.
Yes.
It's a tricky track. That's a much longer lap.
It's a better lap for
much
us.
longer lap, but you're right. Very technical, very tricky.
Yeah. Not
Suits
sure
the car
we'll be
though.
saving
I
so
think
much
it
there.
suits this car.
Yeah. No fuel saving at Hungaroring for sure.
Looking forward to that already.
Yeah, that could be a really tasty prospect, to be honest.
Yeah, it should be fun. You can
yeah.
do multiple lines right there as well, so you can actually get past people.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
I said this even on my very basic understanding and capability of racing, that there is pretty much one line round Okayama,
Yeah.
and you are waiting for a mistake somewhere. And if the racers around you, like in the first race, the top 7 made no mistakes, none, not one, and you finished in the order you started, and that's kind of what you expect from a race like this. But then race 2 was just an absolute ridiculous. Sometimes a mess, at other times a ridiculous excitement. But at the end of it, you've got a race win out of it. Just didn't manage to force the issue in the second race. But very, very entertaining nonetheless from the whole field. Whole field was brilliant tonight. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
I've got to say congratulations to debut winner Pete Newman.
Yeah.
What a result.
Annoying, isn't
it? It is annoying, but it's nothing new. He's a cracking driver. He drives for Pure Sim, so you know what you get with him. So yeah, good to have him, and hope to have some nice battles with him. Want to say well done to Tom Woodcock and JB as well, bringing it home 7th and 8th, plus 14 and plus 11 positions on the grid, and both making it without the stop. So that was good to see. And yeah, everyone for coming out, making it a good race. It's good to see, we're 3/4 of the way through the season, still getting 25 car grids, getting new people signing up. So great to keep that momentum, and the racing's still good. And I think in any other league I'd have done, I appreciate there probably were some incidents that I didn't see, but I was expecting an absolute mess because you can't pass without being dirty, and there just wasn't. People were just being patient. It was really good to see. So, yeah, great, great driving from everyone. And,
it was.
Yeah,
we did
keep that going.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. And we did see some positions given back throughout the race, which is very, very healthy to see. And almost an expectation of this league now, which is great. But anyway, yes, we will let you go and start your practice round in Hungary, because that is going to be a challenge for everybody. And we look forward to it. Our multiple champion of current and past, Sam, please, everybody.
Cheers, guys. See you next week.
Right.
I should look forward to that very much.
It's gonna be brilliant. Right, we're gonna bring in. Who are we gonna bring in? Well, seems only fair that we bring in the driver with the luckiest underpants in the Northern Hemisphere. Even though he'll say he was lucky, I don't think you get lucky that often in such a regular way. Stephen Walker, the luckiest Wookiee alive. Good evening.
Hola.
Hola, amigo. Second in the first race, third in the second race. Mr. Consistency. Lots and lots of points for the team, and the team are hauling it back in on Hydro Race Geodesic. You're doing a very good job so far of bringing that massive gap that they had right down. And in resplendent fashion, you got a second place in race 1. Nobody could change places in the top 7. We watched you just kind of following each other around because nobody made a mistake, and that's what you need on this track. Anything else to say about race 1?
No, I mean race 1 was practice for fuel saving for race 2.
Is it really? Right, okay.
Yeah, because I hadn't really fuel saved in clean air, which is so much easier around this track anyway. And so I was like, well, I'll see if I can do it, but obviously I don't want to jeopardize because Jamie was really quick behind me.
Yeah.
So obviously if he's so normally quite aggressive in like an okay way, so I was like a little bit worried about him, but I tried to cover it off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam knew that if I tried to do anything, it would probably cost me 7 positions because I'd be offline for probably the next 7 laps or something. So I was really just waiting if he'd made a really bad mistake and I could really send it. But I was kind of sort of trying to save fuel practice that, and I couldn't hit the target I needed. I was like, oh my god, what am I going to do in race 2? So I was like, well, I finished second. And, like, we did the official last night, and Sam, I qualified on pole. He got second. He got a better start. He was leading, and then he got a slowdown. That's the only reason why I won the official yesterday. So I was like kind of hoping I could get him to do it again. And I'm sure there was one lap where he was really close to it, but it didn't come off.
Right, okay.
So yeah, like I said, unless he'd made a really bad error, there was a few times where he slid a bit, but I couldn't capitalize on it enough. So he did really well.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, so I'll just take the points, to be honest. I don't think I got any incident points in that race.
No, and
Wow. Really, that's amazing.
well,
yeah, I got about a billion 0 times on the back of Sam, and then Jamie on the back of me.
Yeah.
And then basically race 2 was just pot luck, if I'm perfectly honest. I was like, I don't know if half the field is saving or just 6 or 7 of us are saving. So I was like, well, I'll commit to it early on and see how the race progresses. And I made a few positions off the start, and then I got caught out by a car in front, so that let Sam and Jamie through. However, having done that, it just gave me the opportunity to save the fuel, because then I wasn't being massively pressured from behind. I didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So I was monumentally saving, and I had a lot more pace while doing it as well. Like in the practice sessions, I wasn't losing that much time while saving the required fuel, but obviously the race is different. And just things just fell my way. I'd managed to capitalize on other people trying to go side by side and then getting the run down the straight into the first corner. Did that a few times. A handful of incidents that looked mostly racing incidents to me from where I was at the time anyway.
Yep, that's what we said as well. Yep.
Because it's so
every time,
yeah,
Stephen.
it's so difficult to pass unless you're considerably quicker than the car in front, which up and down this grid, I think there must have only been a second between the top 20 or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was ridiculously tight.
Even if half of us were fuel saving and the other half weren't, you still really couldn't make a pass.
Yeah.
It was so right on the border.
Just depending on a mistake, aren't you? It was very obvious that you needed a bit of luck or a mistake to actually make a good pass.
Yeah,
very,
I think
very difficult. But the patience of people was fantastic to see, and
yeah, you just had to wait out. Like something is normally going to happen when everyone's on different, or there's 2 different strategies. Some people are committed, some people aren't, and there's always going to be some people are a bit more aggressive than others to try and make a move, but then that makes them go too wide, and then, like I say, you can just get particularly out of the last corner. Like when I got past Sam and David, just because they had a little coming together, which was really unfortunate because David was going side by side with Cap, I think it was Matt.
Yeah, it was.
Elmore
going.
So obviously that it really stutters your run on there when you try and do that. So again, I managed to, luckily, when they crashed, well, not crashed into each other, but when they hit each other, or David's bounced kind of back into Sam, I was really lucky it didn't damage my car. I got no damage, but I did get a ×4. But it could have easily damaged my car the same way it did Sam's, because of the force that David slid back into him, through no fault of his own, obviously.
No, and I was saying to Sam in the previous interview, for me it looked like a nothing hit. It looked like a door-to-door thing, because we were looking at it head on, and yes, it did remove his front bumper and everything, and we saw him move across into you, but he said he meatballed his car, and that's
he said
pretty
that.
brutal.
Yeah, he said that, and I was like, "What, really?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Wow, okay." I thought he just wasn't able to save fuel for some, I don't know, basically, but it was just, it was a bit hectic, to be honest, in a good way. And then I think Russ pitted, so that left a gap in between me. I think is it Carl Daniels? I've probably got that wrong. Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. There was a gap between him and Roger, so then I could capitalize and get a run on him, and I got him, and then I managed to get Roger, and then I realized I had way too much fuel left. I finished the race with 3 laps of fuel, or just under 3 laps of fuel left. One more lap, and I would have been on the back of Spencer. And I know he was. I think he was sputtering across the line, but I'm quite happy in that second race with the way the race is, with the strategy. Plus, it was really difficult to overtake, and everyone racing each other, I was happy to finish third. I wasn't expecting that. I would have been happy with the top 5 and try and hopefully finish in front of Sam or as close to him as possible. Obviously, he got unlucky, but I'll take it. And like you say, it's really good team points.
Yeah.
Because me and Matt had a really good finish in the first race. And I don't think I've ever won a team's championship while being on this website ever.
Right, okay.
Yes, I might have won a few of my own, but I don't think
Well,
we've ever
that's
won. It's
a
always
cool
been
Oh, that'd be
someone
great.
else.
Something to look forward to, something to aspire to, something to,
Yeah,
yes.
so I'll take
So,
that because Sam's pretty
yeah.
much got it wrapped up now, barring
Well, I don't know.
catastrophic failure.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I think you're
Well,
selling it a bit short there.
if I hadn't have had computer issues for most of the season, I would be a bit closer to him anyway. I don't
Yeah.
think I'd be in front of him. He's normally faster. It's the
don't-
last few races have been really good for me personally.
You have got an SH1T lot more points in that second race tonight. You see what I did there? I didn't actually say a naughty word. Didn't say a naughty word. You got loads more points than he did in that second race, and I mean loads. I don't think that this is a done deal at all. Yes, Miguel was the closest competitor, and he had a terrible start to that second race. Terrible race start. But in terms of the team standings, I think this is going to be tighter than a duck's bum.
Still alive.
Yeah, very, very alive, the team standings. I don't know, you might end up lifting some very light plastic by the end of this if you...
Oh, you poor thing.
yeah, unlucky. You might end up lifting that little tiny trophy by the
I'll
end
take
of
that,
this.
to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, just keep in it. Right, next track is Hungaroring, much more technical, a lot longer, obviously, than this little teacup that you've been flying around. Shout out to Bill Switzer there, because that was his favourite saying. It's going to be a totally different race next time, this time next week. You're looking forward to that? Is that a good prospect for you, Hungaroring?
Yeah, it's a track that I really, really like.
Cool, excellent. We like that.
So I'm excited for that. It's I tend to go well around there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In general, can't remember. We haven't done it for a while, but it is one of my absolute favourites. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the week after that is one of the worst tracks known to man.
Yeah, hang on.
I'm pretty sure it's
Pete will go and figure out what's going on with that one.
I think, off the top of my head, it's Watkins Glen.
It is Watkins Glen, yeah. I love Watkins Glen.
Yeah, so I do prefer the layout that we're going to be doing, but I still hate it as a spectacle. But I think it will be good racing. But next week, good. The week after, rubbish.
Fair enough. In that case, I'll ask you: is there anyone you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, so just a massive shout out to you guys, but also to Jamie, the man Wilson, just for obviously, I won't go into details, just because it's a bit personal, but hope to see him back soon and wish him all the best, and we're all here for him if he needs anything. The rest of my team for showing up and doing well, Russ for doing less moaning in the race than he did during practice.
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah. So big love to him. My brother got a bit lucky in that second race with the racing incident, and then just the rest of the guys. It was like I say, it seemed pretty clean from where I was. Racing incidents and netcode, I think, was one of the things, but overall, just a really good night, good fun, and thanks to you guys for putting it on as usual.
Thank you very much. And we did mention Jamie Wilson's situation at the start of the broadcast, so. Really good that you've called that out, and you're absolutely right. The whole community has kind of unified for him and is offering whatever they can to him. To be honest, it's not an easy situation for anyone, and not good. But yes, we'll do our best to look forward to Hungaroring next week, and some good shout outs there. To be honest. And much respect to you. We'll look forward to seeing you racing next week. Stephen. I'm looking at the next person I'm bringing. Stephen Walker, the luckiest man with the luckiest underpants in the world. Lucky Wookie Walker.
Yeah, I did get a bit lucky. Thanks, guys.
I knew he'd get it in there
Right,
somewhere.
Stephen.
Funny stuff. Right, next into the booth, we will bring in one of the most dynamic racers that we watch, Alan. Spencer McCarthy. Good evening.
Hello, Mum.
Hello.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just having an interview. It's taken me ages to get here, but I'll be with you in a minute. Thanks.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
just,
hi, Pete. How you doing?
Don't blame me. Blame your
Oh.
teammate Sam Blease for having the longest interview known to the human race. Longer than a Tyler interview. You know. And that's
He likes
saying
going for the record every
He
time.
does, yeah. Tyler Newitt still owns the record by about 6.5 hours. But Sam's doing a great job of eating into that. He really is. So, race 1, 9th was what you could manage. Your qualifying wasn't as resplendent, I'm going to call it, as what we normally see. Let me find you on track so people know.
Not sure. Yeah. Put me up on the screen. Come on,
absolutely,
so everyone can see my amazing car. Come on, and car control, in fact. No,
right.
So yeah, I qualifying just didn't gel with it. Was playing around with the set a little bit. I actually loaded the sprint race set, so I probably had a bit too much fuel, but I don't really think that kind of was the answer. I was kind of following Walker for a while, who was dragging me around, and I was staying with him to start with, and seemed like, okay, yeah, I could probably work with him to get some good pace, but yeah, just didn't unlock it. But then you look at the spread of times, and you only needed to be like half a tenth, and you were like 5 seconds.
There wasn't
5
one.
places down. Yeah. So it was,
everybody was doing exactly the same lap time.
Absolutely.
Even in practice. But yeah, it was a difficult track to overtake on. You had to wait for a mistake or force the issue, and we know that. Me and Alan said it in the broadcast. You're very good at forcing issues out of people.
I got a good start. I think I got about maybe 2 or 3 people, I think, off the start, and I was sitting in an okay place, and then stupidly on lap 2. No, I think it was lap 3, and I got the first couple of laps. Obviously, we're racing close. Got a couple of 0x's, and then I think it was lap 3. I got a slowdown going on the penultimate corner, and because I'd got 0x's, it hadn't actually registered a time. So, and as we all know on iRacing, if you don't have a time registered, you get a stupid slowdown.
Yes.
So I then had to drop back, and to let the slowdown burn out, and it just took ages. So that was a bit of a shame. I could have finished, quite a bit higher up if it wasn't for that. But yeah, unfortunate. But that's what it is. And then obviously you're just focusing then on the second race then.
Yeah.
Trying to work out, where we were going to go.
For those that are still viewing, and there's quite a few watching, if you haven't posted an official time with no X's, no incidents, it's got no delta with which to assess how much time you gain, so it makes you burn off a slowdown even slower. Yeah. That's the right way to word that, isn't it, Spencer?
Yeah, I'd say so. Basically, it says if it uses your best time in the session to know how quickly you should burn it off. And if you haven't set a best time, it basically just uses guesswork, which is terrible.
And nobody needs that from iRacing. Nobody.
No.
Yeah. So
brutal.
But
one of those things.
Second race turns up, and we saw the Spencer of old carving your way through other drivers in honestly the most controlled fashion ever. Some of those overtakes that we followed you through tonight were just brilliant, and you stopped it. Now, as I said to Sam, was under the impression that it's long pit roads, but it's not. He said it's all about being off the gas and having a balance of pit road versus track distance in order to make that work, and you did it.
Yeah, it was. Once you did the maths, once you did the calculations, and you realise that, you need like 2 litres. It was kind of like, well, that's silly. But in fact, when you're only using like 0.87 of a litre per lap anyway, saving 0.5 of a litre or even 0.7 of a litre is what you needed is actually quite tricky. That's actually quite a lot of the percentage of the fuel per lap that you've got to save. So it isn't an easy ask to save that fuel. I just think it's it just felt such a small gap, and you were doing so many laps because it's such a short track that it was achievable, but you had to be consistently below the 8 litres a lap. And I was really borderline because, so I got a really good start, got around a few people, put my car in the right place on the first couple of laps, and got up into 3rd place by the end of the first lap.
And then you encountered the Great Wall of Morton.
Well, no, not so much. I did it to myself really. So I was ahead of Pete Newman. I got him off the line, got Carl off the line, and I got David Corpus around the first lap. So I basically got up to 3rd place. And as I went into the first corner on the 2nd lap, the car, I tipped it in, and it settled, but then all of a sudden the rear let go. And it was one of those lazy iRacing slides that you're just waiting for the whole thing to come back again. And then I'm like, right, so Pete got through, and then Dave Corpus got halfway through, and then I defended going into the hairpin, and then he kind of nudged me a little bit. But Dave's a hard racer, and that's great, right? So we all have lots of good races with Dave. Sometimes we come off west, and sometimes he comes off worst. But it's I wouldn't not have him on the grid, right? Because he's a good driver, he's a good battler. But so anyway, so I then dropped back 2 more places, and then had to then work back up again for that. So it didn't really do my fuel saving any good because I could have been effectively up with Pete right from the word go.
Right.
And I don't think Pete was fuel saving until like halfway through the race.
Right. Okay.
So all of a sudden, he was like 5 or 6 seconds ahead of me by the time I got past Roger.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden he came back at me at an amazing pace. Like all of a sudden he got down to like nearly 3 seconds ahead or even less. So, and I was just sort of trucking through with the normal fuel pace. But yeah, he obviously had to really do some serious saving midway through.
Oh, you were catching your hand over fist. Once you got past Roger, the gap would diminish rapidly.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going quicker. He was going slower.
Yeah, he was going slow.
Yeah. And I think if I hadn't have made that side had that slide and had to fight back through again, I would have been with him much closer. So I kind of, it's one of those things. It played out as it did. But 2nd place, I mean, I'm happy with that.
It was a very exciting race. Yeah. Very exciting, and so tight and so close everywhere. And,
seemed to be clinging on in the points a little bit. Seemed to be doing all right still. I think was it 3rd place, I think, or 4th. I can't remember when I looked the other day.
In the championship?
Yeah, in the championship.
So
I think I'm hanging on a bit, and that wouldn't have done me any. Well, that should have been okay, I think, because Miguel had a bad race, and Sam had a bad race, and
I think you probably you might be knocking on the door of Sam Blease's house.
Maybe he didn't. He had a good first race, didn't he?
Yes, he had a good first.
Actually, yeah, you're right. You've probably balanced each other out there, haven't you? And the gap will stay very similar. Yes. Yeah. First versus 9th, and then
I think Miguel.
10th.
I would have hopefully got a little bit back on Miguel. So
yes,
but that might be his drop round, to be fair, because he had a bit of a bad one. But
he did, yeah. Has he already had a drop round?
Yeah, your racing's
come back. Had a drop round.
You've got rid of that bit of rust, I think, haven't you? You're finding
getting there. I'm getting there, Alan. I'm not spending as much time in the rig as much as these other guys who are just they're on it like a lot. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just having fun.
Good.
Yes. Well, it's nice to see. It is.
Yeah.
It's the fun that it's all about.
Absolutely.
And the community, obviously. Because everybody's such a community-focused individual in this one. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start practicing for our Hungarian adventure next week?
Oh, where are we next? Hungary?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's going to be good, isn't it?
It's going to be good. That's a tire burner, that one.
It is. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, any shout-outs? Sam, he threw the setup in the chat or in the channel earlier on. So yeah, that gave me a bit of a head start. I actually did a bit of practice. I think I reached out to you in the Veloster midweek, just to see how that was. Thinking because I've always liked the Veloster. I thought maybe I just sort of throw myself back into that, but yeah, I can't be bothered with the 200 point drop. So just shout out to Sam for the set and and just everyone on the grid for coming out having a lot of cars on the grid. It's a good community. Anyone listening that's thinking about it, get involved.
Awesome stuff and well said. And we very much look forward to seeing you at Hungaroring next week, because I think that one's going to be brilliant. Spencer McCarthy, everybody.
Thanks a lot. All.
Yeah,
Cheers,
good
guys.
night.
Right, next in, the individual responsible for the lowering of all the electricity in the area, due to the amount of flashing he does of his lights. It's Flashy himself, Matt Elmore. Good evening.
I didn't flash my lights once.
You
I don't
certainly
think.
did. We were watching you when you did it.
Did I?
Yes. As you came
Really?
across the line, I thought you were listening. That's why you were doing it.
Oh, no, you know, I don't even remember doing it, mate.
Yeah,
To be fair,
definitely.
It's autonomic nervous
Yeah,
system now.
yeah.
it's just a natural reaction.
Muscle memory. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Right. Lap one. What?
Evening,
No.
Matt.
Evening. Anyway, yes, evening both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fourth in race one. It was a massive event of no overtaking.
Mate.
Fascinating to watch, but yes, you're right, an absolute stalemate. Talk us through race one first before we talk about your 6th place in race 2.
Lots of sweating, lots of and then lots of and then yeah.
Yeah. A bit of a chess match for the top 7, to be honest.
The problem when we did a public lobby yesterday, and it was myself, Wook, and Sam up front, and Sam got a slowdown, and I managed to just capitalise, and then Sam couldn't get back past me. It was just a stalemate for the rest of the race. So I beat Sam in the public lobby, finishing second, and Wook first. So I knew that overtaking on this track is really, really hard when you're similar pace.
Right.
So I just wanted to try and keep my car where I was and keep with the cars in front, which I managed to do.
Well, you did it in fine fashion. And the top 7 cars in that first race, it just looked so very professional. You were so closely matched on pace. Nobody was doing anything ridiculous. You couldn't do anything other than show yourself in the wing mirrors of the car in front anyway. Unless the car in front made a mistake, and none of you did. So I've got to applaud the fact that whilst there was no movement between those positions, it was so professionally driven by all of you. It was brilliant.
Yeah, a lot of 0 times, both by me to the car in front and the car behind to me, and everyone just touring car racing.
Yeah.
It was. The thing is with the track, it's boring. Because it is that you concentrate so much, and there's no room for error, and the lap times are just pretty. I mean, I know I was powerful for about 5 or 6 laps.
Yeah.
And then it was only just pipped, and everyone's lap time was nearly identical. There was hardly anything between it, so it's so close.
And yeah, you'll be glad to know that We're Racing is on the chat saying, "Why have we pulled you in? You're very boring." He says now I should just kick him out. But second race, different. It was almost a different race. It felt like a different track because there was that much going on. You moved up steadily. You were one of the few that did pit. Is that right?
I made the choice.
Yeah.
I couldn't save the fuel, and I made the choice to try and go for it, and get as far up the grid as I could, and wait for it until Mr. Russell Cowell come along, and I couldn't. And I was shouting out multi-21. He was saying "screw you" and all this sort of stuff. It was proper unprofessional. So yeah, it was just proper, frustrating little hobbit.
He's busy saying that your interview is going to be longer than Sam Bleeze's, which is it's an extreme exaggeration. Let's face it.
I chose to put my foot down and try and get out of the grid as much as possible. And I've always said to Russ, no matter what happens, we're racing. Literally, as his little slogan goes, we're racing. So if I can make a clean overtake, I will. If not, I won't. And I couldn't. Although it did catch me out of his little. He kind of swerves out to the left and then takes the apex. So that caught me out a few times. Yeah. And then I got absolutely pounded by all the cars behind. I trying to defend. So I thought, right, that's it. I'm going and pitting, and then I'm going to get my foot down again. And I came out, and I nearly got a pie splattered on my side window.
Yes, you did. Yes, that's right. He was right on you, wasn't he?
Yeah. And then again, put my foot down. I managed to get a few places back, but obviously the gap was too much. So yeah, I think I did. I think I was the best of the best of the pitting people. Was I?
You
I
were
don't think anyone
definitely
above me
that. Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I
Sixth
mean,
place. Yeah.
it was all about the team game. To be fair, me and Wook and T trying to get as many team points as we can and knock these geodetic boys off the top.
Yeah, and you're not far from it, I don't think. I mean, it did seem like nobody was catching Pete Newman tonight in his second race with us, first race week.
No, definitely not.
He was just a bit too fast. He got the right opportunity at the right time, and he made all the best of it. But yeah, very good, even with the flashing lights. Hungaroring next time out. Lots of people said they like it. It's a very technical track, and it's certainly longer than this. Is it something that you're looking forward to?
Yes, yeah, I am. Yeah, because I think it's going to be one of those ones where you're going to get a couple of packs of people. However, I think the front pack's going to be a lot more cars than what it normally is because the grid is just so competitive now.
Yeah,
I say it every week, every single week. Top 10 is just so close. One mistake and anyone can win.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You're right, Matt. That's exactly how it feels. You look at the people who are competing at the front, and you can't pick a winner because it could be any of them.
Even Russell.
Really could.
Even Russell. That's funny.
Yeah, and it's we've been spoiled with dramatic, fantastic
I think talking
quality.
on the mic's better than typing in the chat, don't you?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, but you've got to be in a certain position to talk, haven't you? So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got to be tall enough to reach the mic as well.
He's still on it. He's still trying away. Still trying away. It's class. Anyway, anybody you want to have a shout out to before we let you go and start practice for Hungaroring? I was going to say something else then, but I've forgotten because that was too funny.
Yeah, thanks for you lot for hosting. Thanks for everyone for racing. Thanks. Even thank you, Russell, for being a teammate.
Yeah, we
there you
don't.
go. I'll be nice. He's been
That's lovely.
I tell you what,
like that. I appreciate that.
The thing that I'd forgotten that I'm going to say now is I think you have enjoyed racing this season better than the last few seasons because I think you'd not lost off on it. You didn't do it, and I think this has given you the racing excitement that you needed. It feels like that to me anyway. I'm not sure whether that's true or not, but that's what it feels like.
No, I had a couple of seasons up and come back and had a little bit of pace, and I'm a bit shocked.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I'm normally in the second pack, and I'm finding myself just clinging onto the front pack every now and again.
You've made a significant shift, Matt, and it's consistent as well. You've been doing it week after week now, so anybody can get a good week, but you've been doing this week after week now, threatening the top 5 all the time. So
it helps following them in the public lobbies. To be fair, you start learning their lines, and just.
Still got to be able to do it, man. Still got to be able to do it.
But like I say, any one of the top 10 can easily do it. Well, not
easily. But there's no calling winners. We don't know who's going to win. You haven't got a clue. There's the quality there, right through the top 10 and even longer, of people who could potentially win it. There's no calling it. So
definitely,
it makes for great viewing, though. I know that.
Yeah, it's good racing. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, no, well done. And we will look forward to seeing you next time out. Flashy himself, Matt Elmore, everybody.
Yeah, no worries. I'll flash more next week.
You better not. Get out.
See you later.
Not bad.
Right then, and last but by never any means least, in her usual position, not banging a drum for Sheffield Steelers this week, is Fiona Siddons. Good evening.
Good evening.
Doesn't that car look nice?
Yeah, it does. How did your Steelers get on with you banging the drum for them?
We beat Coventry Blaze 10-1 over the 2 legs and got to the final.
10-1. It's pretty much landslide, isn't it?
Sheffield. Well,
Yeah.
I'll take Sheffield over Coventry any day of the week, so well done to them.
So would I. I'm nowhere near it. But yes, you were in the thick of things in both races tonight. Had lots of people to race with. I was going to say, Jason Haddington, Arnaud Chenonnier, for a little while, Miguel Freitas, and your own teammate, Andrew Littler.
Yeah, it was a good fun night. In practice, I didn't think it was going to go very well. And just before quali, Andy shared his setup with me, and things seemed to improve from there.
Oh, right, well, that's good then when you...
Nice one.
Yeah, your teammates donate a setup which works for you. I've had a few over the years, and they've said, yeah, this is really fast. And I've gone, oh, right, it must be better than the one I'm using. And it just murdered me in the first 2 laps. So good that you got a safe one out of Andrew Littler. But you seem quite quick, though, over the course of the whole thing. You were giving a few other cars a real run for their money. And even when I thought, hang on a minute, all right, they've overtaken Fee, and then no, that wasn't the case. You were coming back at them, which was brilliant to see. These shorter tracks, do they suit you better, do you think, than the longer ones, or is that irrelevant? And it was just that you were particularly good at this one.
I wouldn't say it's particularly good at it, but it's irrelevant. Some tracks I can do better than others, be the long circuit, short, or whatever.
The race is a tighter circuit. It's shorter, and it compresses the race, of course. So
Yeah.
you stand a better chance, but also you stand a better chance of being lapped, and being caught and losing your lead lap because of the. And that's always a serious danger, and it's you don't want that to happen, do you? In a 40-minute race round here, less than a minute a lap, you're in danger right from the get-go, aren't you, Fee? You've got to you'll be watching your tail.
Yeah, definitely. I got lapped in race 2, but I was fuel saving from about lap 10 till the end. I went over the line, drove back to the pits, and I run out of fuel in the pit.
Oh dear, right, okay.
Managed to do the whole race without stopping.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got around without any stops.
Brilliant.
I didn't realise that you'd rolled up a lap short.
No, I was a lap short. I pulled in the pit lane on the slowing down lap and run out.
Yeah.
I managed to finish the race with, I think there's 0.2 of a gallon left in the car.
Right, okay. Just a breath of fuel.
Well, Steve had 3 laps left. It was I only did that. It was amazing, but fueling's been a big thing tonight. It's because we weren't expecting no stoppers. I wasn't expecting people to no stopping.
Was I. It just didn't seem to fit, but apparently it's the most optimal track to do that on. But you finished.
The fireman told us that people had been saying it was possible to no stop, so I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah,
right.
You got it done, and you finished ahead of Andrew on both occasions, and in the second race you finished 1 off last and 2 off last in the first race. I just feel like your competitiveness was really good tonight. I don't know why I felt like that. I just saw you in the thick of some fights and doing really well with them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed tonight. I'm not sure whether it's the track or whether it's feeling everything through the car. I bought one of the next level racing aptatic pads with the 8 motors.
Yeah.
And every time you hit a curb, every time you hit the ABS, you got vibrations, and it made it all better.
Well, those things are
interesting.
They're very good indicators of when you're reaching the extremes of what the car can give you. We used to run leagues for Next Level, funnily enough, as in not run them, broadcast them. they were very good leagues, to be fair. So yeah, good bit of kit that you've got there then.
Yeah, definitely. I'd recommend it if anybody's wanting to feel what the car's doing more.
Yeah,
I'm going to get one.
yeah.
I
too
can't wait
right.
to get my bum tickled by one of those. Keep me awake in the races.
And other times if you wish.
No.
But yeah, Hungaroring next time, Fee. That's it's an enticing prospect at the best of times. Is it something that tickles your fancy? Is it a track that you're familiar with?
Yeah, I love the Ungaro ring. Not going to say I'll be quick round there, but I do love the circuit.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
seem to remember you driving well around there, Fee. So yeah, I think
In
you'll do okay.
Yeah, I did all right in the MX5 when I was
Yeah.
doing.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, good memories of that place.
Right. Well, hope for similar fortunes there. Anybody you want to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, everybody in the result team, you guys for putting the stream on. Just to let Jamie know we're all thinking of you. And congratulations to Alan last night getting an overall win in the MX5.
Yeah, well, I haven't mentioned that yet. I was going to wait till the end of the broadcast. But yeah, well said about Jamie. Very well said about Jamie. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Fiona Siddons, everybody.
Yeah, goodbye, everybody.
Good night, Fee.
Good night.
Yeah, I saw this in the chat earlier. You scored yourself a win.
Yeah, well, I crossed the line in first position.
Do you think that doesn't translate into the same thing?
Not when you've got the rest of the field really making sure that you cross the line in first position.
Right, okay.
I had some rear gunners, front gunners. Everybody was looking after me. It was a bit of a destruction derby. We turned the damage settings off on the cars, and everybody was wrecking like crazy. And I was threading the way through the middle, and
Excellent.
there was people out there wing gunning for me and smashing. Anybody who looked at me sideways didn't survive. Let me tell you.
Sounds like a blast.
So yeah, so my friends saw me safely over the line, and I've been racing in that league for 5 years, and it's the first time I've crossed the line in first position.
Well, there's always a first for
And
everything.
it was done off the love of my of the people in the league, so that makes it really special, to be honest. And yes,
we did a hilarious it was a fun race as part of a multitude of different fun races in the VAESC Race of Champions once at Oxford Plains, which for those of you that don't know is just a circular track. You just go round and round on dirt, and Jamie McKnight was the funniest guy on the track that night. I tried 16 or 17 times to wreck his car, and it wouldn't die. It was one of the funniest races I've ever been involved in, and that was an official demolition derby. It was good fun. But anyway,
this was at Phoenix.
right, okay.
Yes. We were. It's the winter season, so it's been a bit more light-hearted, and
Yes.
we've been enjoying ourselves.
Okay.
Frankly.
Okay. So, back to the challenge of voting for our driver of the meeting.
Yes, I think that's quite tough tonight again.
I do. I had 3 in my head. One was obviously Pete Newman for his victory in only his second race, first race week with us. One was Miguel for sticking in that second race, even though he had no hope of getting into a position that he's normally used to being in. But sticking it out and staying with it and showing real community and racing spirit by staying in it. And then another one was... Who was it? Was it in the first race? Give me a second. I need to go back to about here. There. Well, Jamie Jeffrey did very well tonight, getting a third in the first race and a fourth in the second. Stephen Walker getting a second and a third. Those two kind of stood out for me in a way that others didn't.
Tony did well.
Tony, did well in the first race. He didn't fare as well in the second race, but you know, you got to call out that first race because that was very good. Stayed in his qualifying position and brought it home very, very handsomely. I like the way that Roger stayed at the front of the field in the second place for so long in that second race. It's a shame he couldn't maintain it for the full length, and shame he had to pit. I mean, he was obviously not able to fuel save like everyone else, and that's fair enough.
Yes, it cost him. Yes, that cost him badly.
Yeah,
because he finished in 11th, and he really had earned a second or third place. Third place would have been, I think, a step on the podium would have been fair for the performance. But yeah, the fuel did him.
It did. And then you got Tom Woodcock, who didn't have the greatest of first races, but he did fantastically well in the second race. Up 14 positions from his start position. And who was the other one? David Johansson missed a consistency. 5th in both races. That's a good points haul. And it shows that he can overtake, he can maintain position. He's as fast as the fastest guys. I don't know. You're right. This is a tough one. This is a very tough decision. I don't think that I can call out Miguel as driver of the evening, even though he's shown such great spirit. I have to applaud it, but I don't know that it necessarily calls driver of the meeting. To be honest, and I don't always like doing this, you know I don't, but I'm going to have to call out Pete Newman to rock up. I know he's raced with a lot of these guys previously, but to rock up and in the second race, go no stop. He's probably not as used to having to pit as the rest of them necessarily, but still, he's won the second race. In his second race with us, his first race week, he joined at 4:35 or something today, maybe even later. I think it was later actually. I think it was like 7 o'clock. No, it was 7 o'clock. I had to run around and press buttons as fast as I could, and he's made it all worthwhile. So I'm going to call out Pete Newman as my driver of the meeting. Yes,
and I'm glad you did. He was going to get it one way or the other. If you hadn't called him, I would have. Mm-hmm. And I'm tempted to give it as well, but I want to give it to Roger because I think Roger did a fantastic job in that second race, and I was very disappointed that he lost his podium just because of a bit of fuel. Other people got lucky with their fuel, but he did a fantastic, brave drive. He kept 7 of the best racing drivers I know of behind him for lap after lap after lap, and he did it by absolutely pinpoint precision driving.
It was very good, and even in the first race, he was the second AM driver over the line. Yes, it was 14th, but that's still quite a result.
It is in the state of these fields. Yes. I mean, that's the 14th position is as competitive as anything.
Absolutely,
it is.
Absolutely.
You know, the racing is ferocious.
Let me go and put his point on. Where's Roger? There he is. That puts Roger top of the pile, funnily enough. He is the top man in the driver of the meeting standings at the moment. Which brings us to the end of this night's broadcast. We look very much forward to Hungaroring next week. There's a lot going on in the BSTV community, and you'll see some other leagues starting to pop up. And if you're interested in them, please sign up. I actually wanted to give driver of the meeting to Nicola on the chat, because I don't think anybody said that about us before, have they, Alan? You know, Nicola Jeffrey. I think she deserves a notable mention.
Saying something nice about it is definitely a very rare occurrence, and
nobody ever does.
That's not true. People do say nice things about us.
No, keep milking it. Keep milking it, Alan. I'll cut this bit out later.
But this is a new friend, so
I know,
that's nice, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Nicola.
Yeah, we very much appreciate all the comments, and if you can join us every week, Nicola, that'd be great because it makes us feel very good about ourselves. I will bring the broadcast to a close with Pete Newman on the screen, and wish everybody a very, very happy week, a very safe week. Stay safe, everybody. Stay away from the snow, which is apparently going to descend upon at least where I am, if not where multiple people are. And we look forward to Hungaroring in a week's time. I'll hand over to Alan, and I'll bring you all, probably very soberly, back to Jamie Wilson's situation. And all our thoughts really do go out to him and his family.
Yes, I echo that, of course. And Jamie's a lovely, lovely man, and he's suffering now, and we don't like that, and we want him to get through this as best he can. But there's no easy ways through this situation, and we wish him well and his entire family. Well, we'll see you at the Hungaroring. It was spectacular tonight. I didn't know what to expect, but crikey, every single driver out there performed and absolutely drove their arms off. It was they must have been shattered at the end of that. And yeah, well a night, fantastic. See you next week.